Hey, so I went to Staples to try to get a phone protector because um, the other day I dropped my phone in my nachos, and when my phone fell against the plate, it broke the screen protector glass, and then I was streaming with a crack that was going right through the camera. Well, I went to Staples and oh yeah, sorry. First, I ordered new glass and then it broke in transit. They said they couldn't deliver it to me. Okay, fine. So I ordered new glass and I talked to the Amazon assistant like a real person and they're like, "No worries. We're going to make it so that I put a note here that it's going to come to you as soon as possible." Well, today I checked and no, it's not coming till tomorrow. And I was like, well, I want to stream and I don't want to do it with another crack in my glass. What am I going to do? So I went to Staples and they did not have a regular 17 Pro glass shield. I'm like, what? Like, we're living in a world where you have to buy things online in order to get them. Like, I don't understand. You can't even go to a place and get glass for your phone. So anyway, I took the broken glass screen protector on my phone, which is still on there. I literally was able to peel it off without it shattering in little pieces. And I turned it around and put it back on upside down on my phone. And that's why there's no crack. But it's still the old glass, and the new glass is coming tomorrow, and that's fine. I just didn't want the crack going right through the camera, and that's why I didn't go live again last night. I was like, oh, I'll just wait. And then it's like, oh my God, well, I could be waiting forever for something so dumb to come. Also, this is also crazy. On Amazon, it's $7, right? For the screen protector glass. In Staples, they just didn't have my phone model. They had like up to 16. They had a bunch of 16 Pro in there. They need to update. So anyway, all that glass, all that tempered glass for like the 16 Pro, it like starts at $25. There was nothing cheaper than $25. And meanwhile, I paid $6 and change for the one that I'm going to hopefully receive on Amazon. It's like that's a pretty big difference anyway. But yeah, so that's a hack. If your screen protector glass ever breaks, try it to see if you can like peel it up slowly and then just turn it upside down if it's covering your camera and you need to stream. So life hack for you guys. Hi Stellas, hi Matt, hi RIP. So, oh, RIP, I could go to an Apple store and that would eat up like 2 hours of my day probably because I'm in Los Angeles. And going anywhere in Los Angeles is never that easy. Unless you live in Pasadena or Burbank, where a bunch of these things already are. Actually, is there even I don't think there is an Apple store in Burbank. Maybe in the mall. Maybe. Yeah, maybe the mall. But I feel like, yeah, unless you're living kind of like in suburbia land, like I'm pretty close. I'm pretty much in the heart of Los Angeles, like close to downtown, and forget about it. You know what I mean? I would have to go to the Grove. It's just not worth it, you know? I had to go to my school where I work to return my iPad, my work iPad. So I was like, oh, well, I'm out. I'll go to the Staples because I knew there was a Staples right near my school, but no. Anyway, that's just the tea. Yeah, I am from America. I am from San Diego originally, and I live in Los Angeles. And yeah, for sure. RIP. Yeah, exactly. It's so much money. It's like, how much upsale is that? Um, yeah. So even if I did go to the Apple store and bought the screen glass, it's probably the same. It's probably like 25 bucks. There was even one in the store, again, it was for the wrong model, for $39.99 or something. For screen glass, I don't understand why. Why? For a little tiny sheet of glass with some glue adhesive on it. How is that worth $40? I don't understand. I guess for someone that really needs it and who wants to stream, but luckily for me, I'm an artist and I'm used to problem solving, and I didn't think about it till today. I wish I thought about it last night because I actually was working on my stickers last night until 4 in the morning. And then finally I started passing out on the couch. So, but yeah, when I go home, I haven't eaten yet. I obviously slept really late because I was doing the stickers all night. But yeah, I woke up and first thing started laundry, then jumped in the car and went to my school to return my iPad. I waited to the last day. My work iPad's great. They got me a new iPad, and um, my own iPad, I don't know why, but I think my iPencil took a shit. It's not working. It's like a really old iPad. If any of you are rich and want to send me an iPad, that'd be cool. I'll draw you something. I'll draw you something for sure if you sent me a new iPad. But I should be able to have access to my iPad again once the school year starts in August. So, but yeah, it was really nice to be able to take it home and work on stuff on that at home. Anyway, um, you have two Apple devices, an iPad and an iPhone, Stella. I have more than that too. I mean, I have my old crappy iPad that still has the push button, and you have to like plug in the iPencil to charge it. But yeah, the iPencil, I don't know what happened. It just stopped working. Um, and then I have my computer. I actually have two laptops because I have my old one that it still works for certain things. The problem is the battery's completely dead, and I wasn't able to really edit on it anymore because it just was too slow, and all of the Adobe products had updated so much, it wouldn't install or run the newer software on there. And I do After Effects stuff, so I wanted to be able to do stuff like motion tracking, things like that. So yeah, which it wasn't. I wasn't able to do it on the old iPads, or I mean, the old computer, the old MacBook Pro. That's what it's called. So I think that one was from 2017. And it's crazy because it doesn't even seem like that old, but it's like ancient technology now. But I have a projector, and like when I'm doing paintings, like let's say I have a small drawing or painting I did, and I want to project it on a big canvas and blow up the image. So I try to do that on my new computer. My projector, which is also old, it's probably like from 2016. It's just a cheap Amazon projector. I got it for like $80 for the purpose of just being able to blow up my drawings if I need to. And it's not compatible with the new computer. It only works on the old computer. And then it's crazy because Nighthouse and I talked the other day on the phone, and she was saying like same thing. She has a projector, and she has it's a Dell projector, and she was trying to plug it into her PC, and it was not working. It was not recognizing it. And I was like, it might be the computer because of the issues that I'd had with it before. Like I remembered. And so I was like, tried in a different computer. She tried it in, I think, her Mac, and it worked. So what the hell is that? I don't know. It's so annoying. Just like technology and blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Um, Kurdistan. Yeah. How's it going there? The weather, it must be hot as hell right now. What's good? What's happening in Kurdistan? Tell us. Tell us what's good. And what did you eat for breakfast today? Or what are you eating for dinner? I don't know. It's probably not morning over there. I'm curious. Never been to Kurdistan, but I've been to a few places in or around the Middle East. I've been to Israel, and I've been to Turkey, which I think is technically Asia and Europe. I don't think it's considered the Middle East. And then I've been to Morocco, which is North Africa, but it's like close. You know what I mean? And then, I've been to Jordan, which was amazing. I went to Petra, and then I can't remember the name of the city in Jordan, but it's where they filmed the movie with Matt Damon where he's on Mars. And they filmed some of the Star Wars movies there. Trying to think if I've been anywhere else in the Middle East besides those places. Off the top of my head, I don't think so, but hi Gabor. Guess what? I have a tuna melt from the other day I need to eat, and I can put chips on it when I get home. Yinging wants to smell me. Well, that's nice. I don't know. Sudi, I still want to know what you ate for breakfast today. Oh, the Martian. Thank you. Yes. So I've been there. The natural rock and the living rock. Yeah, gorgeous. So gorgeous. So yeah, just going back home after running my errands. I had hoped that I didn't need to leave the house today, but yeah, I was like, shit, today is the day I have to return the iPad. So yeah, I did good on that, and yeah, when I get home I want to eat and then finish doing my stickers. And I do have an alarm set for 5:40. I'm going to stream till then because I have therapy at 6, which is online, and I cannot stream my therapy session. I think that would be a little bit unorthodox. I do not think my therapist would be cool with that. But I don't think they're allowed to do that. And I could secretly do it, but I don't know. I don't think it's that cool. I was thinking today that I would focus on talking about relationships and talk to the therapist about my solo poly journey. Because I noticed yesterday, or not yesterday, the last session that I had, I mentioned to my therapist that, because I started dating this guy. I've talked about him a little bit on here. The older gentleman who's been very generous with me. He's given me some money just to be nice. Yeah, and I love that. I love the nurturing aspect of that. It just makes me, and he's really, like, it's not just about the money. He's a very, very genuinely nice guy. And we've had some really nice dates, 3 dates now. And I like him, and I was telling my therapist about him, and he was like, oh, well, this guy sounds like marriage material. And I was like, because I don't, like, in a monogamous situation, why wouldn't you want to just date him? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, yeah, like, this is your problem. And I'm like, I guess I need to spend some time talking to him about solo poly, because, and not that monogamy is out of the question. I have an issue that, like, true monogamy is. And so, yeah, I just don't want to put all my eggs in some basket that then, like, the basket is actually, like, there's no bottom to the basket, or like it breaks, or someone throws the basket. I also feel like, it takes a long time to know somebody. Like, I don't know if I don't know. Anyone, or confined. I don't want to feel confined. I don't like when guys tell me what to do. It really pisses me off. I just want to feel free. You know what I mean? Um, so I don't know. I think that's the topic that I want to listen to. I think, yeah, it would just be good. And then, obviously my therapist is not poly, like, he's monogamous. So also trying to convince a monogamous person that poly is a good idea is impossible. Like, monogamous people just, I get it because I'm monogamous and I dated someone who was poly before I was poly. and I hated it. It was the worst. And I was like, who would want to do this? This is awful. But now I feel like it is on my own terms, and really I just want to be in control of my life, and I don't want to feel like anyone else is controlling me or has say in like what I should do. But that being said, maybe I don't know, everyone says, oh, you just haven't met the right person. Well, I'm 42, so I'm just not convinced that the right person exists. So I've settled for like crumbs of love in other situations because I'm like, well, if this is what the universe is offering me, then like, okay, like maybe it's better than nothing. You know what I mean? And then I've started feeling like, oh, okay, well, that's just how it really is. I don't know. And then I also feel like I'm just, I don't know, like commitment does freak me out. I was the last monogamous relationship that I was in. The guy I dated was super jealous and controlling and would freak out when I'd get even another text message from a guy. Like if I was doing this and I was dating him and and you people are men, he would be freaking out, having like a freaking meltdown in the background. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's what I'm going to unpack in therapy, I think. Yeah, I also am feeling like I have so much stuff I want to get accomplished and so little time because I'm going on Fish Summer Tour soon. And I'm also really nervous about not having my computer for 3 weeks. But that's just the way it is. So I'm going to do what I can do with the streaming and just with my phone, And if I don't finish my edit, just keep working on it when I get back. But yeah, sometimes I wish that I didn't have to sleep, you know what I mean? And I could just keep making art and keep making art. But I am on summer break, so I do have a little bit more of that right now, which is cool. So anyway, all right, let me check in with what you guys have been saying. I'm muted? Am I still muted? Can you hear me? Oh, wow. Stony, wow. I was watching the road. I am not looking at your comments until right now, until I'm in my house. Pep says therapy is BS. It kind of is, but I have like 2 more sessions and then I'm going to stop. I did it because I was navigating a breakup, actually. And I did it so I could break up with somebody. Or so, kind of. It's a complicated situation. Again, it was a poly situation that, blah, 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 blah. Kate, I did not buy anything today. RIP says, if a bro loves you and you want to be with just you, would you? I mean, and if I'm in love with them, yeah. M says, sister, any love, even if it's a crumb from a stranger, and if it's polite, fills your cup, you have to take what you can get. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hell says, you may not have been told this by anyone yet, but you are a wonderful, intelligent, beautiful person. I hope the rest of your day goes amazingly. That's very sweet. Thank you. And M said, you can't have a solid relationship and talk to other men. Oof. See, I don't agree with that. Herb says, hello, Herb. RIP says, true, but what if they're just truly friends? Lack of sleep drives you mad. Unfortunately, we can't hear you. Randy says, you're funny. And then good. And then Melon says, is the beaver blue too? Duh, look at me. Don't I look blue? Hello? Look, I'm super blue today. Blue. What's blue waffle mean? I feel like that means something. And I don't know what. Okay. First things first, I'm going to put up my hair. I feel like my hair looks insane right now. So let's do that. And then we are going to have breakfast or brunch because it's afternoon now, I think. Oh, and my laundry's done. So I have to change that to the dryer too. But yeah, I'm just putting up my hair. I don't like this light. I'll go in the bathroom. Okay, there we go. Yay! I'm happy to see you live, Herb. What's going on? Dude, that was so nice of you to send me $5 the other day. I loved that. That, like, seriously brought me so much joy, and I talked about it with my friends afterward. I was like, guess what? One of my YouTube subscribers sent me $5. And yeah, it just was cool. It's like validating, you know what I mean? No one has bought stickers from me on my feed either, which is very surprising. My stickers are my most popular item in real life. I sell them at the Hive Gallery. And I sell so many stickers there. And anytime I do a show, which I'm going to wash my hands too. Anytime I do a show or an event, my stickers are always the thing that people want. But then online, no, I was working on them yesterday and no one wanted them. I was surprised. RIP's Blue Dabadi. Oh yeah, right. I'm washing my towel right now in the bathroom. But it's okay, I have paper towels. I think, Herb, that's so nice. Like, seriously, it made me so happy. It really did. So just know that, you know, little gestures like that go a long way. It's very, very sweet. Okay, maybe I'll get my food going in the toaster while I deal with my food. I think I'm going to eat that leftover tuna melt, and then I'm going to eat a salad because I did buy a salad. And that's kind of like the first thing to go bad. I bought hella groceries and I need to make sure I eat all of them before Fish Summer Tour. Oh, I bought this at Shakedown, by the way. This is a fish fan made shirt. Pretty cool. Rosso, I don't know what you're talking about. What a hat. I know, right? Yeah, Redeem, I am a woman. Why? Because you have a crush on me and you wanted to make sure that you're not gay. It's okay, babe. You can be gay. No one's going to judge you here. Or at least not me. Okay. Here is my beautiful tuna melt from yesterday. I'm going to toast this up. I can't believe that part of my stream got deleted by YouTube. It's so lame. But it's all good. We're here eating more tuna melts, so. Just going to wash my hands real quick. Okay. And now we're going to do the laundry. We're going to do the laundry. And I already put it in the wash, so now I'm just putting stuff in the dryer. I have so much stuff I actually cannot put in the dryer. And this is a new sweater I just got from a thrift store. I just washed it. It's super cool. Oh, you liked Gasoline? Thank you. Yeah, I love Britney Spears. She's so fun. Saying I am not a mother. I have never been married. I don't have children. But I am a high school art teacher. So, I mean, Redeem, you can do whatever you want. Don't let me stop you. I just saw the Jackass movie last night with all my friends. This says, do not tumble dry. I had a feeling. I'm going to put this, well, I'll put it here for now. I'm going to put it on a chair in the kitchen to dry in a second. But yeah, I just saw the Jackass movie for the second time last night. I wouldn't have gone to see it a second time, honestly, if I hadn't already bought my tickets before the first time. But it's kind of, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. but basically, half of the movie is just clips from their older movies. And if you were expecting a whole lot of new material, it's like basically only half a movie's worth of new material. So either they're punking us by saying that it is the last movie and they're going to release something else with all these other clips, which I'm really, really hoping that that is the case, because it would be a total bummer if that's all there is. There also was a lot of scenes that you could tell were like part of a different bit that just didn't make it in the movie. Like people wearing certain costumes and stuff. And you're like, well, what's that? But you never saw the actual bit of it. So, yeah, that stuff's frustrating. But, yeah, I really hope there's more. Because I'm like a huge fan. You know, I'm a huge fan. I just want more. Also, I just gone to the Jackass Marathon. And seen all the movies. So all the other movies, all the old movies were fresh in my brain. So yeah, I just want more. But what do you guys think? Did anyone see the new Jackass movie? Oh my, you're a fan of Schwarzenegger? I do love Arnold Schwarzenegger. I love all of his movies, especially the 80s and 90s ones. They're so good. This is another cannot go in the dryer. This is what I wore on my my last date. It's pretty. It makes my cleavage look really nice. This is when I want the girls to be out. It's a good one. Brandy says, can you say that you support your friend Jenna? There's lots of girls from our school hating on her because she's herself. And she'd love it if you gave her a shout out. Just say, I support Jenna's side. Dude, Jenna is like totally cool. And if anyone messes with Jenna, then they can come talk to me, because you know what? Jenna is just out there living her best life and you guys are just all jealous, okay? So get it together and like go find a hobby or something, like go knit or go dance or go do something, because Jenna's just trying to live her best life and you guys are just a bunch of haters, okay? Go hate somewhere else. Because I support Jenna's side. I want everybody to feel like they can be their own true self. And if you're making someone feel like they can't be their true self, then what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? Go live your own life. You're jealous of other people living their life and being themselves? What's it to you? Who fucking cares? Was that good? Oh, Randy's anti-Jenna. Damn. All right, we got some bullies in the room. We got some bullies. Woolly bully. You know, I find that the bullies and the haters, they really just want love and attention, you guys. That's their whole shtick. They just need love. So, let me hold you, Randy. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, Randy. Alright, can I put this in the dryer? I always forget. It's like a furry thing, you know? It's like a stuffed animal. It says hang to dry. Yeah, see? Can't go in the dryer. So much of my stuff can't go in the dryer. But less now, actually. It's like mostly my work clothes. And then my underwear can't go in the dryer because it's all made with spandex. Did you know you can't put spandex in the dryer? Or you're not supposed to anyway. So anything that has spandex, don't put it in the dryer. Just making sure I didn't accidentally throw a sock in there. All the socks can go in the dryer. It's amazing how much time doing laundry takes up in our lives. And it's like the constant that just keeps going and keeps going, you know? I don't know how I'm going to do it in New York, like, or I mean, when I go on my summer tour to see fish, like, I'm going to have to pack a lot of clothes and plan on doing laundry somewhere because I'm going to be away for 3 weeks. I can't pack 3 weeks worth of clothes. I feel like that's kind of insane. I mean, I can have 3 weeks worth of underwear and socks, I think. Maybe. I just went to the store and I bought more new underwear and more socks. So, from Target. Right now, I actually don't know what time it is. RIP, can you tell me what time it is right now? RIP says, I wouldn't know, I don't wear spandex. You'd be surprised how many, like, spandex shorts. You probably have some basketball shorts or something, or sweatpants that has a spandex waistband. But yeah, what time is it right now? Do you mind telling me the time? It doesn't tell me on my phone when I'm streaming. Oops, I accidentally washed a paper towel. Oh, oops, and I just threw socks in here. Okay, my tuna melt finished heating up. I'm almost done putting my clothes in the dryer. Okay, I think that was the last sock. Yep. It's 2:36. It's 2:36 where I am. G. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going to grab my phone battery. I wonder if this still has any juice in it. Yeah, it does. Cool. Damn, it lasts forever. Nice. Okay, so I have my tuna melt. Is Gabor still here? Because I'll eat it with chips if he's still around. Where's my salad? Sorry, I just left you. I left you behind, and I can't find this stuff. So let me. I'm looking for my salad. I see it. Damn, I have a hell of veggies. I really have to eat all this stuff. I have broccoli, actually, that I already even cooked. That I have to eat soon. Otherwise, it will be garbage. So, okay. But I got my salad. Gonna have my tuna melt and some salad. I kind of feel like putting some avocado in it too. Grab that also. Herb says, where are you staying on the trip? Don't some hotels have laundry service? Yeah, that's actually a good call. I'm staying in hotels for 4 of the cities that I'm going to. So they have to have laundry in one of them. But when I get to New York, I'll be there for 10 days. And the friend I'm staying with does not have laundry in his house. I wonder if he'll be cool to stream. He doesn't have a online presence at all. He might be weird about it. But that would be super fun to me if he was. Maybe he'll be down to just be goofy on my stream. But yeah, so the hotels that I'm staying in are in Savannah, Georgia, Raleigh, North Carolina, Columbus, Maryland, and, is that it? I think it's just those places. Yeah, just those places. Because then I'm driving to New York and staying with my friend there. I wonder if I should heat up the tuna melt for 1 more minute since I'm not eating it yet. Why not? We even put on 2 minutes, just low. Until I'm ready. I need to get new food scissors. These ones are good, but the handle, because they're kind of old, the handle feels like it's melting or something every time I touch it, and it's weird. All right. This is very, very basic salad. It's just romaine lettuce, but that's okay. It makes me feel like I'm being healthy eating it. I have a red pepper I need to make too. It might even already be bad. I'm really bad at like buying food and then not eating it, and then it goes bad. Like I don't eat it in time, you know, or I go to eat it, I'm like, oh sweet, I have this. And then I grab it out of the fridge and it's rotten. It's like, I'm just wasting money. Like, what the fuck? So I try to be good and eat at home, you know, especially when I know I've gone grocery shopping to buy myself food. But then yesterday I had In-N-Out for dinner, which was so good. And I had it, that was my second time this week I had it too. But that's just where my friends said that they were going before the Jackass screening. And I mean, who am I to turn down In-N-Out? In-N-Out's so yummy. Thank you. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. Joe says my hair looks cool. Thank you. But yeah, I'm sure when I'm on the road, like maybe in the last hotel before I go to New York, when I'm in Maryland, maybe that's the spot to do my laundry. It's also 2 shows, so I'm there, I think I'm there for 3 nights. I wonder how close where I'm at, how close it is to Washington, D.C. I've been to Washington, D.C. twice, I believe. Either 2 or 3 times, but I think twice. And I had a great time when I was there. There's like a lot of cool stuff to do. And it's kind of fun, like seeing the monuments and stuff. If I had to, I love going to museums when I travel. So if I have time, I think it'd be really cool also to check out a museum in either that area or any of the areas I'm going to. You're doing nothing, you said? Hi, yeah, so I'll be in Indiana for the Deer Creek shows, and then I'm gonna go, and I'm camping at that venue. And then I'm flying to Savannah, Georgia, and then I'm gonna rent a car at the end of those shows and drive to Raleigh, North Carolina, and then drive, and I'm gonna document all of this. Is my plan is to stream the entire journey, which will be cool because then I'll have the whole thing documented, you know. Oh fuck, I have to look into the hotspot thing before I go because I want to make sure that I have service to talk to you guys when I'm on the road streaming. I know some of you guys might be like, that's dangerous, but I'm not like reading the screen when I'm like, you know, in a dangerous situation. Like I'm not going to text and drive kind of thing. You know what I mean? It actually helps me stay awake to talk. In fact, before I would stream, I usually would call a friend on the phone and talk to them when I was driving just to stay awake, because sometimes it can be dangerous, you know. Ooh, I just remembered I have some oil and vinegar left. That's exciting. But yeah, it's going to be a grand adventure. And I'm going to see fish. I'm wearing a fish shirt that I bought at Shakedown at the Sphere. And that kind of started this entire journey. Because so I went out to the Sphere weekend number 1 to see fish, and that's all I was planning to do. And it was so good. I also was going through a breakup at the time too. And it was like the first thing that made me feel like so like myself and like so joyful. And when I got back, I immediately was like sad and felt like I needed to get back to see fish. And they were doing 2 more weekends at the Sphere. So, and I had plans that the next weekend. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go back to weekend 3. So I drove back to Vegas and saw weekend 3, and that's where I saw my friend Adam, who I met at Deer Creek 2 years ago, and he was like, hey, there's an extra spot at my camp if you want to be in my camp with my girlfriend and me. And I was like, yeah. Or actually at the time I didn't say yeah. At the time I was like, well, that sounds cool, but you know, I don't know. I don't think it's probably too realistic. So let me think about it. And then I contacted him like a week or so later being like, is that still available? Because actually I've thought about it and I would like to go. And he said, yeah. So he's actually the one who's going to pick me up from the airport and bring me to the shows. We're cutting it close that first day, like I'm flying in the day of the first show. He's gonna have to pick me up and we're gonna have to go straight to the fish show. And I really hope there's no issues with, and I looked up a whole bunch of different options. I was like, should I fly in the day before? But then I have to get a hotel for that night. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And then he even was like, check to see how much it would be to fly into Chicago, which now I'm like, oh, maybe that would have been fun. But yeah, and then he would pick me up there, and then he was like, actually, that I don't think that sounds like it might be even more complicated, because he's driving. I think his girlfriend lives in Chicago or something, so he's driving through there to pick her up. I don't know. Anyway, we decided on the plan we decided on, and so I just pray that everything works out right. And that the weather is good too, because there's been tornado warnings. So I'm really hoping, by the way, this is my salad. Looks pretty good. I think I'm going to actually eat at the table today. For once. I never eat at the table. But I have so much of my sticker stuff like covering the other table. I'm like, it's fine. It really is my work table primarily, but it's like my everything table, so. Okay, and my tuna melt is here. Let me just grab it. I may have overcooked it a little bit. It looks a little burnt, but it'll be delicious. It's fine. I'm going to bring my avocado over too. Amy says I'm a lesbian in a black man's body. That's hilarious. RIP. So I'm like not typically a camper. I did go camping. Oh, look, I'll let you see my gallery behind me in the background. This is the Lady Beaver dining room, by the way. Yay. I mean, I like glamping. You know what I mean? I like glamping. I like being comfortable. But it's going to be a little rough. I did buy a solo person air mattress so that I'll be hopefully comfortable. Hello, Amy. No, this is all my art. I made all this. I have some friends' art in the other room, but the dining room is mostly my stuff here. This is all my stuff here. All the stuff on this wall is mine. That's all mine. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, my art Instagram, are you on Instagram? My art Instagram is just Lady Beaver Art. If you just want to see my artwork. Oh, and today, RIP, I have to put those QR codes in my CD. My CD art. So I can't forget to do that. You guys, I know this salad is super basic, but I have to say it's really good. Okay, yeah, George, that's cool. I have a website too. It's just ladybeaver.com. If you go to ladybeaver.com/artwork, it'll pull up all my art and you can just see it all at once. Yeah, I get it. Here, you know what? I can even put it in the chat if you want. Let me just grab a napkin. Okay. Herb, wow, you stayed off social media too, huh? Good for you guys. I spend way too much of my life on social media, unfortunately. So yeah, ladybeaver.com is my website, and if you want to see all the art, just go here. I just typed it in the chat. ladybeaver.com/artwork, and that will show all my art at once. I have to update it. That's actually something on my to-do list. I don't think I've updated any of my art on there since like Christmas. But it should be fairly updated. It should be updated through 2025. Basically, I try to update my website every winter and every summer, so I don't get too far behind. George says, Herb, I did have a bunch of them, and I gave up all but this, and I've never been happier with a personal life choice. Interesting. Is that just because you have like a clear head and like more time for yourself? I don't know. I definitely spend hours posting sometimes on Instagram. It's become a way for me to even document everything that I'm doing. But I get backed up. It's like, I'll post stories, but I didn't make a real post. And then it's like, oh, right, I have to actually make a real post about this because no one can even see it anymore. Like I posted it for a day and it's gone. Oh, Herb, you go live too? What do you do on your live stream? Yeah, RIP, I think, wants to know too. Yeah, Herb, I want to sub to you also. George says, more time, less feelings of needing to compare, far less anxiety. I feel far more stable in my actual relationships because I don't care what people on social media think. Ooh, I like the Hebrew in your name. Let's see if I can read it. Imatkohu? How close am I? I can read Hebrew, but I don't know what it means. And I think I probably read like a kindergartner. But Amy says, Art is trying to drive in LA at 5 Friday night. I don't know what you're saying. Herb says, I'm a roofer for 10 years trying to develop an effective way to live stream roofing. Whoa, that's cool, Herb. I love that. All right, also, sorry, I was reading your Hebrew name, but you said why women hate their period, ? Why do women hate their period? My dad's from Israel. He's from Petah Tikva. And then my grandfather was also born in Israel, and his parents were born in Israel. But yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory why women would hate their period. Do men like getting kicked in the balls? Do you like getting kicked in the balls? I mean, I suppose the Jackass crew seems to like it, but... George says, I love watching streams because it's interactive and the people I'm watching, I am almost always certain are real people. For sure. Yeah, it's fun. I only recently started doing these like daily life streams. I thought about it for a long time, but George, I'm not Irish. George says, so like people say they're Irish, but their grandfather was from Ireland. Are you Israeli? I'm half Israeli. My dad was born in Israel, and his dad was born in Israel, and his parents were born in were from Israel. Stop eating on live, it's cringe. Well, if you don't like it, then don't watch my stream. I don't understand. To me, it feels like we're on a date. You know what I mean? You asked why women hate their period because it's interesting to me. Well, I mean, just try to imagine going through your day. First of all, you wake up and you're in pain and you have cramps and it feels like your abdomen is just like crushed. Sometimes my cramps will get so bad that I can't even take a pill or drink water. I'm like just doubled over in pain. That's when it's like really bad. And then the other thing is like I've been at work teaching and it's like they don't give you a bathroom break while you're teaching a class, right? Like you have to try to use the bathroom in between passing periods. Well, if you have a heavy flow, your period's not waiting for passing period. I've bled through my pants onto the seat in my classroom twice just this last year. Twice. What the fuck? And I'm like a regular person just trying to like, this is like when, you know, the classes are 78 minutes. So I'm talking about like, I'll go to the bathroom at school before my class and change my tampon. And then during my class, bleed through my tampon in that 78 minutes and get blood on my chair where I'm teaching children. And then if you leave, you're not allowed to leave your classroom and leave the kids in there unattended. So I'll call the front office at my school and be like, hey, can you send someone to watch my classroom so I can use the bathroom? It's an emergency. And they'll be like, oh, we're all tied up right now. Actually, we'll try to find someone that can come cover you. And then like 15 minutes later, finally someone comes up, or sometimes no one does, you know. Dude, 98 says MaxiPad, but you know what? Like, there's been times where you can have like I'll use the Diva Cup too. I feel like the Diva Cup does collect more blood than like a super tampon. Like you can, but it's still, I will overflow on the Diva Cup in an hour sometimes when my period's just like really heavy. And when your period is that heavy, like even having a pad, like I had a friend who was saying she had the Diva Cup and a pad on, and she still bled through her underwear, through her pants, onto her chair. Because like even when you have a pad on and it can absorb some of it, it like can still leak. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's the long answer to your question. Hopefully that's that's what you were hoping for. Bloody Mary is right. But that's just life. That's just reality. And it's crazy how periods are a topic that's like, oh, it's taboo. Like it's taboo to talk about. But at the same time, we have it every month. We get our period 12 times a year. It's freaking intense. How old do you think I am? Also, how well did I do reading your Hebrew name? Did you hear me earlier when I read it? It is an interesting topic. Oh, you're 25. No wonder why you want to know about periods. Cause yeah, you're like now in the thick of starting to date people, and yeah, women get their period. Are you Orthodox? You can laugh, RP. It is funny. George says, my mom's a retired nurse. I was an nurse. I was an EMT and has no effect on me. Yeah, so you know. You're about to order tacos? Awesome. I love tacos. I look 25. Oh, thank you. I'm 42. But guess what? Not having children and not getting married keeps you young. At least not having kids. I don't, maybe, I don't know. I feel like marriage would make me seem old too. I do think I'm perpetually 25. So, what are people doing this Monday, this fine Monday? What are people up to? The moon, the moon cycle. Why don't I want kids? Because I want to be able to do whatever I want. And if I have children, then my whole life becomes about them. She just has to tell everyone you are 25. Look at them dead in the eye. Oh, so you want me to just be like, I'm 25. I feel like I actually don't look 25 anymore. Like I see 25-year-olds now and they look like babies to me. My cousin got married. I think he was 25 at his wedding. And I was like, freeze, what's happening? Okay, there we go. Thank you. But yeah, that's why I don't want kids. I just want to be able to make my art and do whatever I want, travel when I want. I don't even want a pet for that reason. I don't want to have to get a dog sitter. I went to Petah Tikva in, what year was that? 2022. It was the year like we were allowed to travel again and things had opened back up after COVID. I think it was 2022. And I went with my dad's childhood friend that he like went to elementary school with, grew up with. He took us to Petah Tikva to show us where my dad had grown up. But the farm where he had grown up isn't there anymore. It's a grocery store now. One of the brothers, after my dad's mom died, sold the land. He sold the land to developers or whatever. So yeah, there's a grocery store now over there. Duncan said, I work with a 25-year-old and their insecurities makes me laugh. Yeah, isn't that funny? The older you get, the more confident you are and like the less you care about what other people think. Like, it's so funny. I went to a concert at the Greek to see Ringo Starr a couple weeks ago. And I walked up there. It's something I like to do is kind of park for free, kind of a little bit further away and walk. And there was a dad walking with his two sons. And one of the sons was 15. And I wanted to buy a Ringo shirt. And we're right next to each other and just chatting up the way up the hill. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm for sure going to get one of these shirts after the show. And the kid says, well, I really want one, but I couldn't wear this at school. And I was like, why? And he's like, because no one knows who Ringo is. Like, this isn't cool. And I was like, dude, you decide what's cool. What are you talking about? It's cool because you're into it. Like I said, don't just be a follower. Like, you define what's cool and let other people copy you. And it was like his face, like, he was like, but what will they think? It was like he couldn't even comprehend just being yourself because being yourself isn't cool. I thought that was the most insane thing ever. And then I was like, damn, like, I'm definitely on the other side of that. Read what you wrote. Shalom. Shalom. Locha. Loch. Shalom. Loch. I don't know what the second word is. But I recognize shalom for sure. What's the second word? Lecha? Shalom lecha? No, it's not lecha. Lech. It's like lech. Oh, it means hi to me? That's nice. So So that means you. Lach is you. Oh, that's cool. I love that. Yeah, I was actually saying Hebrew yesterday and like doing a little lesson, but I only know a few statements. So okay, so you can tell everyone what I'm saying. Ani rotza hakof. What did I just say? 30s are the golden years. I definitely feel like I came into my own way more in my 30s for sure. And then I think in my 40s, it's crazy because I just started doing sketch comedy 3 years ago. And I really, really like doing sketch comedy. And now I want a Netflix show and all this stuff. And it's crazy because it's like, oh my God, like I'm in my 40s now. Like, is it still possible to do all this stuff? Or am I too old? But I still feel like I have at least till I'm 50, at least. So I have like 8 more years to try to get on Netflix, I feel like, with my show. Interesting. No, I said I want the monkey. Ani rotza hakof. Kof is monkey. So yeah, George says my daughter understands that concept, and she's learning that it doesn't create a lot of friends. My son wants to be a leader, so he wants everyone to like him, so he tries to get along with people. I remember my senior year of high school, I just started wearing pajamas to school every day. Before it was cool. I feel like I made that cool. Now all the kids want to do that, although we have uniforms in my school, so they can't. Herb says, I'm 34 without kids, so I'm basically a 34-year-old kid. Exactly. That's the other secret. If you don't have kids, you stay a kid forever. SA says, hello, I'm your neighbor, and there is noise, and I wanted to sleep, so can you please continue tomorrow? Appreciated. Dude, it's like 3 p.m. If you're sleeping right now, like, you have a problem. Go to work. Colt says, and I'm not even singing right now. What are you talking about? I'm like literally sitting at my table eating food. I'm being too loud eating food. Remind me to never live with you. You sound like a terrible roommate. Colt says, John 13, God so loved the world that he gave his one and only begotten son so that whoever believes in him shall not perish but live eternal life. Dude, I have some beef with that story that Jacob had to show faith by sacrificing his son. By killing his son? Dude, you know what would happen if that story happened now? If a guy tried to murder his son and say, oh, but I'm doing it to show my faith to God. He'd be arrested and put in jail, dude. Ani, making you watch me. Sarah, thank you for saying I'm cute. That's nice. George says, my son is all about besting in tune with what's in style. Jenny says, hole or pole? Pole. Oh, Mighty gave me flowers. Thank you. RIP says, I teach my nephew and nieces to not be a follower, not a leader, but an individual. Be yourself. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Red or black? Black. I don't have a poll, but a really good friend of mine has, actually 2 really good friends of mine have polls in their houses. Actually want to do a comedy sketch with her really bad and use her poll also. I just have to write it. But I have the idea. Oh my God. Bras are so uncomfortable. I am wearing a bra right now. But usually when I get home from work, like if I'm working, as soon as I get home, I take it off. Because it's like imagine just something cutting into your body all day. Like, it's not comfortable. Why aren't they comfortable? Because they're probably designed all by men. Actually, the bra I'm wearing right now is the most comfortable one I found. It's by Calvin Klein, who is a man. But it's more like a sports bra. It doesn't have an underwire. The underwire really sucks. And the spandex straps of a Victoria's Secret bra, it just starts to dig into your skin. I have like a permanent line in my skin on my sides. A permanent line when I have no bra on. That is there because of Victoria's Secret bras. Jordan says, how do you get a girlfriend and how do you need to know her? I don't know. I don't really think I need to share my sizes with you. I wear a size large. I do wear a size large. I'm only 5'3", but I'm a large. So if that helps kind of proportion it out for you. But, yeah. I think if I tell you my bra size, you better be giving me money. You know what I mean? By the way, my Venmo, let me put my Venmo in the chat. Although for you, if you're in Israel or the Middle East, you have to PayPal me. But my Venmo, maybe I'll put both. My Venmo is Lady-Beaver. And my PayPal is, I'll give you the PayPal email, ekarma8@yahoo.com. That's like Pretty Lady Beaver. I thought about like having a rapper name and being eKarma. So. Avery, I'm Jewish, so I believe that Jesus was a good Jew and that people thought so much so that they created an entire religion about what he said after he died. That's what I believe. But, yeah. I think he was a dude who spoke his mind and tried to speak the truth. And they actually taught in my friend's religion class at UCLA that that it was very popular at that time in history for there to be a lot of Jewish uprisings against the Roman government, and that Jesus was actually crucified along with, I don't know actually about the other two dudes that were crucified. I don't know enough about the story, to be honest, but I know my friend told me in his class that he was crucified to teach other people a lesson. You know what I mean? So that like other people wouldn't speak up against the government. So that makes so much sense to me. And, you know, I mean, it also makes sense that it started a whole religion because it moved people. You know, these people were probably like, dude, that Jesus was like a really good guy. Like, how could he been killed? Like, that's insane. Okay, I'm like debating. Am I still hungry? I still kind of feel hungry. I kind of want to eat one more thing. Do I want more salad? Maybe should I finish up the salad? I do have, like, I don't want to make a whole thing of nachos or soup. I was thinking later of making my own ramen and using up the rest of that broccoli. Or I could make a broccoli cheese potato. That does sound kind of good. No, I was born in San Diego. My dad, after he served his time in the Israeli army, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I eat more salad or do baked potato? But yeah, so my dad, he served his time in the Israeli army and then he moved out to Long Island for college. He graduated from Polytechnic University, I think is what it's called. And then after that, he really didn't like New York and he wanted something more similar to the Israeli climate. And he had cousins in California and they were like, come to California, we'll show you around. And he's like, okay. And they did a road trip. I think they may have started in San Francisco. And he said he hated San Francisco. I mean, San Francisco is pretty cold. If any of you guys have ever been there, it seems like it should be warm because it's in California, but it is freezing all the time. Freezing. That place is freezing. It's weird. I used to live in Oakland for 4 years, and Oakland would be hot as hell, and then you'd go to San Francisco and you'd be freezing your ass off. So anyway, when they got down to San Diego, my dad was like, oh, wow, this place is amazing. And I get it, because when I first went to Israel for the first time, the weather definitely seems the most similar. And my dad lives in San Diego now. He moved to Arizona for like 8 years, but now he's back in San Diego. He lives in Carlsbad with his bitchy wife. And my dad married a woman that he met in China. Actually, she's Chinese. And then she moved back to the States with him. But they actually got married in Vegas. And I'm the only one that my dad had told me about. I was 19 when they got married. But I remember he called me on the phone and was like, I got married in Vegas. I was like, okay, good for you. Congratulations. And then they had a baby very shortly after that. And I just saw my youngest half sister when I was down there visiting this last week. And unfortunately, because my dad's wife is such a bitch, I don't have much of a relationship with them because she's kept me away from them. She just doesn't like that I share half DNA with my mom, basically. But it's like stupid. Like my mom, like there's no threat. My dad's not leaving Lucy. You know what I mean? She's just like a jealous, crazy person. Let's see. More salad. No, I was not in the Israeli army. I've never lived in Israel. I've only visited. I would not. I mean, I'm too old to be in the army now, too. RIP says, only universal law is love all life unconditionally. Oh, that's nice. AK says, hey, beautiful question. How many boiled eggs can you fit? Oh, no. I don't know. I've never tried. Big says, am I vegan? No, I'm not. I just ate a tuna melt. I've been trying to eat more vegan, as in like just eat more vegetables. I stopped buying ground beef at the store. I don't buy steak or ground beef to cook anymore at my house. And kind of same with chicken. Like I'm not buying raw chicken anymore either. I will buy cooked chicken though. And I know how to cook chicken. I did make chicken schnitzel for my friend at her house one day for a party. But yeah, I just wanted to eat more veggies and not as much meat. I just don't think that I like the protein that meat offers, but like, I don't think red meat is super good for you, so I try to save it. Like I did have In-N-Out yesterday, but I try to save it for going out occasions, you know what I mean? Also, the guy that I've been dating, the older gentleman I've talked about, he really likes meat. So I have been ordering steak when we've been going out. But that's also because he's ooh! I forgot I had sugar snap peas. Speaking of vegan things, the salad I'm about to eat is vegan. But yeah, I'm definitely putting snap peas in there. Are these washed already? Yes, washed and ready to enjoy. Hell yeah. Yes, I wish I had remembered the first time. When will I be in Israel? I don't know. My dad has been talking about going in October, but I'm teaching during October. So, probably not until the earliest would be next summer, but I have no plans at this moment to go out there, but I would love to. I'd love to go with my dad, actually. But, And he even said, he was like, well, I would wait for you until Thanksgiving break if you want, but I have plans to go to Florida this year with my mom for Thanksgiving break to visit cousins I have in St. Augustine. Yum, sugar snap peas are so good. All right, we'll start with that amount. Maybe I'll add more. Sure. Yeah, if I go to Israel, let's surely meet. Yeah, subscribe so you can keep up with me. I'm also, are you on Instagram? I'm Lady Beaver on Instagram. What do you do in Israel? What's your job out there? Or are you a student? I'm guessing you might be a student because if you're 25, so I don't think a lot of people realize that in Israel you have to serve time in the army after you get out of high school. And so then a lot of people will do college after that. A lot of people will go to college after their time in the army. So they're a little bit older in college than American people are. Yeah, see? Are you a man, woman? What is your name? You've heard of snap peas, but never with sugar? Yeah, these are sugar snap peas. They're not, that's just the name of the pea. They don't actually have sugar added to them. Well, this is good. I'm glad I'm getting my greens in this morning. You want to date me? Bro, you're 25. I think you're too young for me. Oh, Mayor, don't you want to date girls your age that are actually like in your town? He's like, no, I want to date Lady Beaver. Don't they all? I'm just kidding. Oh, another thing I was thinking of making with the potatoes and the bell pepper, if the bell pepper's still good, are breakfast potatoes, or like fried like potatoes, bell pepper, garlic. I think I have some garlic in there, and jalapeno. And then I can make it with eggs. That would be good. Billy says, I would love to date you, but it's a shame I'm in England. Wow, all the people that want to date me are like on other parts of the world, apparently. My dad, actually, every time I talk to my dad on the phone, he's like, you should move to Israel and date a nice Israeli man. He does tell me that every time. And I'm like, Dad, I live in LA. I have no interest in leaving LA. I love it here. Like, my whole life is here. Like, he wants me to just leave my whole life and move to Israel. You picked figs today and made roasted figs with honey and cinnamon. That sounds so good. Well, I'm solo poly, so we can all be dating, all of us. I'm going out with all of you guys. Unless you say we're broken up. Oh, I heard England is so hot right now. I technically am single also, but I am solo poly. So what that means is I'm basically dating myself. And if I date other people, they're secondary to me. I come first. And no one's allowed to tell me what to do, because I tell myself what to do. I took too big of a bite. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. Just wanted to grab a drink from the fridge. The gallery owner of the Hive just tried to call me. Oh, you took a leaf out of my plate? That's cool. That's fine. You can have it. Sounds selfish? It is. I'm like, if all these guys can be selfish, why can't I? Yeah. It is. I'm just tired of giving myself away to these men that, like, at the end of the day, like, I feel like don't appreciate me. All right, let me see what Nathan said. You gonna be getting, I don't know. I'll look later. I think he's leaving me a voicemail right now. No? Yeah, I think it's a voicemail. Y'all just wait. I had messaged him earlier because the pickup for my art show is happening on July 6th, after the 4th of July. And some of the people were coming in the gallery today trying to pick up their stuff. You're so funny, Omer. Omer's like, can you be my girlfriend and tell me what to do? Yeah, I already said that I'm everybody's person. I'm dating all of you guys. So, yeah. Give me money, please. I put my Venmo in the chat. That's me telling you what to do. Have I ever been spanked? Duh. Who hasn't been spanked? Is there anyone alive that hasn't been spanked? Don't they spank you when you're first born, coming out of, like, your mother? They, like, spank your ass and then you cry? My mom told me that when they first took me out, I was a C-section baby. I was breech. I turned around in the last hour, my mom said, before she was supposed to give birth to me. And when they pulled me out, she said I wasn't making a sound. And so the doctor spanked me, and then I started crying. So I guess I was chilling. And then I farted. I mean, I'm sure I did. How did I get ? Pants down ? By, like, inserting your hands inside of them and then pulling them down. Sometimes you can do it with your feet. Sometimes you can pull your pants off with your feet. How much money do I earn here? Well, I'm not monetized yet, so officially I don't. But Herb donated $5 to me yesterday, or the day before yesterday, which was very nice. And oh man, I forget the girl's name. A girl donated. She PayPal'd me, I think $5 also to sing the song that she wanted me to sing, but I didn't know the song, so I just danced to it, and it was really fun, actually. She was cool with that. I told her that before she gave me the money, too. But yeah, so I've made $10. Yuko, what are you getting pretty soon? I sound like your exes or someone else? You know what? Omar, I can and I can't because YouTube actually took down my feed the other day for just for me showing an art image that was a little slightly pornographic. But I was able to appeal it and get most of it put back up. I don't know why they didn't post the whole video. I did a 16.5-hour stream and they only posted the first 11 hours and 55 minutes. Oh my God, RIP's mom was stoned when she gave birth. Damn. So does that mean that when you were born, you were also stoned? It does, right? You were also high when you were born. Hey ho. How's it going? I feel like I'm eating for hours. It takes a long time to get full on salad. But I did eat that whole bag of salad, which is good. And I broke into the snap peas, which is also good. I'm the most interesting woman that you've ever met. That's really crazy because we've only been talking for like 20 minutes at the most. Wow. But yeah, that's why we got to get these views up. Thank you, RIP. Yukol is confused. RIP says, don't be calling her no hoe. Don't be calling her no hoe. Actually, the way he spelled hoe, he spelled it like I'm a gardening tool. He's saying that that I am worthy of helping flowers grow. Do I love young men? Well, let me put it this way. When I was 30 years old, I made a promise to myself that I was no longer going to date guys that were 25 or younger. Because when I was 30, which was 12 years ago, I had a crush on a 25-year-old. And we're still friends, actually, which is nice. But yeah, he was not great to me. And he feels like shit about it now. He's apologized to me for it a few times. But basically just leading me on. He would sleep we were roommates. I moved into his house knowing I had this crush on him. And I even asked him, like, is it okay to still move in with you that knowing I have this crush on you? And he was like, do whatever you want. I'm like, okay. And then he slept in my bed like every night, but we never kissed. We would only cuddle. It was very, very confusing. And then he would talk to me sometimes about how he had crushes on other women. And I was like, wait, I don't understand. Why are you in my bed every night, but you don't want to kiss me, but we're like cuddling each other? I still don't even like fully understand, but I've just accepted that this is part of his personality and also our relationship. And when I went through my last breakup situation, I actually called him and was like, can you please come over to my house and watch a movie with me? And he came over and we just cuddled on the couch together. Like, I kind of like made him cuddle with me, actually. I was like, sit down. And then I just like cuddle attacked him. And it's like completely non-sexual. It's like it's not like that. And I don't know why. I asked him once, actually, I do kind of know why. I asked him once, like why he wasn't actively dating or something. I don't even remember exactly how the conversation went, but I just remember him telling me that he can't have casual sex because he's tired of like hooking up with someone and then he is thinking about it all day. And meanwhile, she's like on a date with somebody else. And that, yeah, like I get that. And he was saying like, he was trying to tell me why. He told me that like, if he sleeps with someone, they have to be his girlfriend. And I'm kind of like the other way. I'm like, yeah, but what if like someone becomes your boyfriend or girlfriend and you haven't hooked up, and then you hook up and it's bad? You know what I mean? And you're like trapped now, and like, not trapped. I mean, you could break up with someone, but that sucks. You know what I mean? Like, oh, actually, I don't think we're compatible after all this time of dating, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I don't think you've even given me any money yet. You're being a bad boyfriend, Omer. Shadow says, John 3:16 again, huh? Can you tell me, how do the numbers work? Like, is 3:16, does that mean he wrote it on like March 16th? Or is it like, that's the name of the chapter? Like, why are there two numbers? I don't know. And I really want to know. Anyway, he said the quote from John 3:16, which is, "For this is how God loved the world. He gave his one and only son." Yeah, you already said that. So does that mean you're going to murder your son and like try to blame it on God? Because you're going to be arrested and put in jail. So I don't think you should do that. It's just a story. What do you get from that story? I get that it's a story about faith. I've gone to classes and whatever. Like, I used to study Kabbalah. I get that it's about faith. But the story itself, if you look at it just for, like, it's insane. It's an insane story. Like, what would CPS, Child Protective Services, what would they say about that story? I don't think they're saying, oh, he's a great dad showing his faith to God. Yeah. I wonder what Isaac thinks about it too. What did Isaac think about his dad about to kill him? I look like I campaigned for Kamala Harris. Actually, I didn't. I am really bad when it comes to politics. And I did not get involved. I did technically vote for her. Did I vote in that election? I used to give my ballot to my old roommate, and she voted for me. So I'm assuming she voted for Kamala Harris because she was pretty liberal. I look like I think abortion is healthcare. No, dude, I've never had an abortion. I use condoms, okay? For the record, handle it. I honestly, yeah. I don't know. It depends. But I do think that women should be able to not have a child if she doesn't want it, because that's a pretty big fucking commitment. Herb says, the story reminded me of my cousin that didn't have sex until he was married. Then it wasn't working in their honeymoon. That's awful. Oh my God, Herb. So what happened? I really want to know what happened. That's terrible. That's like one of my worst nightmares. That's crazy. Yeah, why wouldn't I support Ukraine? They're a country. What do you mean? They're a country of people. You don't support Ukraine? You just want it to be Russia? United States CIA, can I burp on command? Yeah. I remember my sister, when I was a kid, could burp on command and I couldn't. I didn't know how she did it. And I was like, how do you do that? And she she made up this whole story about how there was a burping fairy. And the burping fairy gave her magic powers. And I was like, tell the burping fairy to give me magic powers too. But yeah, I can burp on command. Let's see. I think so. Yeah, there we go. Oh God, I haven't done it in a long time. It's actually kind of hard. Do you love to be in period? Is that what you mean? Yeah, I support world peace. Anything that has to do with your body is healthcare. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't use an abortion as healthcare. I wouldn't just be like, yeah, like, put your daddy juice in me and then be like, oh, I have to go to the clinic. I've actually never, thank God, knock on wood, I've never had to do I've never taken Plan B. I've never had to go to the emergency clinic. I've always just used condoms, or I used to be on birth control for years, but it's not good for your skin. It was making me get melasma on my face. So I haven't taken pills, like birth control pills, it's been years and years. I have not been on birth control pills for a long time. And I would actually tell younger people or anyone who's on birth control to stop taking the pill unless they need it for like acne, because you know they have that stuff, and just use condoms, because you're just pumping hormones into your body and you're screwing up your chemistry. Your ex-fiance used to burp your name. That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, I could get a better burp like naturally. I was just like sucking the air back in my mouth, you know. Hello, Pyongyang. Shark says, hey Shark, condoms just seem way more easy to use. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's just easy. Yeah, it's easy. I wasted a good burp. Why? Yeah, I feel like there's nothing wrong with using condoms. Yeah, it's easy to do. It protects against STIs. And it's a natural holder for the spunk, you know, afterward. Easy cleanup. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, I mean, and not to, I don't want to make anyone feel bad if they have had to take Plan B or get an abortion or whatever. I feel like it should not be shunned like it is, you know. It's a huge, huge commitment. It's a huge commitment. Dude, there are dog shelters that will just kill a dog if it doesn't get adopted after 3 days. And meanwhile, there's people being here like, you must grow that baby inside of you. It's like, why don't you go adopt all the dogs from the shelters where they're going to get killed if you feel that strongly about, you know, everything, whatever. Anyway, let's get off that topic. Mazza Pizza, hello. So just started watching, love the content. Oh, your friend Gabe Horn told you to watch. Cool. That's awesome. Tell Gabe I say hi. Maggie's pregnant 4 months now. Oh my God, how is that? How is it being pregnant? RIP says, I remember my homegirl used to ask me to take her to get Plan B pill. Damn. Congratulations. And then Shark agrees with me. Yeah, I just like the idea of being pregnant and having this like alien growing inside of you has always freaked me out too. Like I think one of the reasons why I have never been pregnant is because I've tried extra hard to not be pregnant, because it just freaks me out. I'd never wanted to be pregnant. So yeah, so I've done a pretty good job of not getting pregnant. But you know, sometimes you can try to do a good job of not getting pregnant and you still do. And if that has happened to you, it's okay. Like, just take care of yourself. You know what I mean? You have to put yourself first and not listen to all the noise of whatever everyone else is saying. Because at the end of the day, if you know you can't do it, you shouldn't do it. There's no, like, no one should force you to do anything that you don't want to do. Maggie said it's hell waking up every morning and having to throw up and you have to pee every 5 seconds. Oh, but you love it. Okay, good. I'm glad at least that you like it. Yeah, I think that's the key, right? Like, you have to really want it in order to enjoy all the hardships that come with it, right? Shark Sue says, it's a blessing to be child-free. Maggie, is this your first kid? Because you are kind of child-free right now. It's like half. You're like a foot in, half, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Oh, REP says, hey, my dogs are my kids. Yeah, it's bullshit. If they don't get paid, they're going to die. Yeah. Yeah, the other day, the last time I went and got my hair done, one of the other hairstylists had a puppy that she brought into the shop. And she said it was because she brought the dog in because the shelter that she volunteered at was full. Maggie, you're 19? Oh, I know. Bless your heart. You are a baby having a baby. You're so young. However, you're about to be older than all of us. I think when you have a baby, that's actually what makes you turn into an adult. And if you never have kids, you just stay a kid yourself forever. And you're going to get married? Are you sure you want to do that? You know, once you get married, it's really expensive to get divorced and it takes a long time. You could just live together. And get the tax benefits of being a single parent. Food for thought. Do you really, really, really want to marry him? Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that, Maggie. That sounds awful. Did you want to have a baby when you were 16? Or was it kind of like, at the time, was it almost like a blessing in disguise? Like, whew, okay. The universe had my back on that one, you know? Just only because you were so young. And you've been dating him since you were 15? I don't know. I got to tell you, Maggie, you're going to change a lot in your 20s. A lot. And what you want now is not going to be the same. I'm just letting you know. If you do think that it's important for you to get married, if it's something that you want to check off your bucket list in life, I get it. But I'm just letting you know, like my sister, Megan, she married her high school sweetheart. She had also been dating him since she was 15, and they're divorced now. And their kid is 8. So I don't know. I will never get married. I don't want to get married. I will never get married. I think it's a way for a person to claim ownership over you, and it's not real. Like, we make it up. People can still cheat and stuff when they're married. Okay, Maggie says, honestly, I was scared at first, but then my boyfriend at the time, he helped me, and me and him have been together since we were 15, and me and him are so happy to have a baby girl. That's nice. I'm glad that he's being supportive. Ooh, George has the tacos. What kind of tacos did you get? Herb says, I want kids someday, or I'll feel like I wasted some part of my life. I'm obligated to pass some part of me on to the next generation. I'll be an old dad by now, though. And then RIP says, yeah, my baby's mother moved my son away when he was like 6. He's 26 now. Yeah, it's trippy. And Gardner says, I'm excellent in divorce court. Yeah, see, like, it's scary. Okay, so here's the thing I would ask yourself about the marriage stuff. And yes, Meadow says, congratulations, Maggie. It is really exciting. I don't want to like poo-poo on your life choices. Like, I'm speaking from a very different perspective. Just know that. It's just something I think that you have to tell yourself, or be okay with it, rather, is if you guys do decide to get married and then divorce in like 10 years, will it still have been worth it to be married for that time, do you think? Or even for the experience of having the wedding and blah, 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 right? If you knew that in 10 years you were going to be divorced, would you still do it? I'm just curious what you think about that. Brian, I'm not vegetarian, but this meal, right now happens to be vegetarian, but I'm not vegetarian. I want to be more vegetarian. I always think I could be eating more plants, but I'm not. George says, my kids are from 2 different women. It's a shit situation that I'm doing the best I can to be a dad they love. Yeah, dude, that shit's hard. My sister, actually, my youngest sister, my other sister that I haven't talked about yet, she had a baby with her boyfriend, or her, I guess her husband. Yeah, they had been married when she got pregnant. And then he cheated on her with her best friend. And she immediately, when the divorce was done, they got divorced real quick. I was actually shocked how fast that took. They got divorced and she immediately married some other dude that she met on Tinder and had a baby with him right away. And now she's married to that guy and hates his guts. And my mom called me the other day and saying that they're going to get a divorce probably very soon. So, yeah. RIP was 16 when his son was born. That is really hard. I know you said before he only calls you when he wants money. Typical. Gardner says, my son starts high school this fall. I'll start dating when he's at college because I don't want my terrible taste in women to make him uncomfortable. Man, you're going to wait 4 more years to just go out on a date? You can still go on a date. Just tell them they're friends. Patch says, to be fair, this lady seems geared to divorce. Well, I come from divorced parents. My parents got divorced. That's why. He says, but yes, I have 3 wonderful kids. And if it went wrong with my, and if it went wrong with my wife, it was still worth it. During the time it was good. Please God, it stays this way. Yeah, you know what? I think that's exactly what I'm saying, actually. Like, I think you have it right. I think you have to know that divorce is a possible option when you get married. You know what I mean? And you have to be okay with even if one day it doesn't work out, I'm here for the years that it did work out. And I'm okay with that, and fine. I think that's good. Like, I just know, I watched my mom go through it, and it was very hard on my family. And it takes like a year or 2 years a lot of the time to get divorced. Sometimes 3 years, George says, I'm not going on any dates. Well, I mean, maybe that's nice also to just focus on you and your family and your kid. Dating's messy, dude. And like, your kid really probably would see more of that part of it than you realize. George says, I also tend to date crazy women. I feel you on that. I feel like everyone's crazy. I don't know. Like, is there any normal people? Does normal even exist? I don't think it does. What even is normal, Oh my God, Gardner says, my ex-wife shot at you. Damn. Herb says, it's a crazy life doing all this work for just myself, though. I'd like to have someone else to do all this for. Well, you have YouTube streamers that you can support in the meantime. I'm just kidding, dude. Kind of. It was a joke, though. But, yeah, I mean, you can manifest whatever you want. Just put that energy out there, But be careful what you wish for. Let's see. Justin says, normal is being on a human level and feeling like you have domination over ants and stuff. I crush you. I crush your head. I crush you. Look, I'm crushing my own head. I crush you. I crush your head. I crush you. That's what being human is. George says, my son's mother has physically come at me plenty of times. Scary, scary. God, do you have any other horror stories besides the shooting? That's insane. Matt says, my bestie stole my other besties. I think that's what you're trying to say. Padge says, I hope all you guys have a good night. Oh, okay. Bye, Padge. Please subscribe. Please like and subscribe before you leave. Manny says, hey, Beebs. Men, as a fellow crazy woman, I'm available. Laughing my fucking ass off. Yep, me too. Matt says, my bestie is Darren. Cool. That's nice for Darren. Cool. Nice shout out. Justin is laughing. Matt says, my bestie is dating my best friend's crush. Oh, well, that kind of sucks. Yeah, getting shot at, George, is definitely a different level. That's terrifying. Terrifying. Did she go to jail? Did you press charges? What happened with that? Hi, Banana. How's it going? I should have cut the sugar snap these in half. There we go. I'm almost done with my second salad. I can't believe I can. That bag of salad actually was not big. I just ate that whole bag of salad. Manny says, I don't think that's what people meant by shoot your shot. No. Hi, Sylvester. Yeah, RIP and I both want to know what happened there. Damn, that's crazy. Dude, you could have a podcast. I've been told I should have a podcast before, but this is basically what we're doing, right? It's kind of like a podcast. Volition Core says, what if you were born in a third world country? What would be the first thing you would do that comes to mind? Draw? I'm trying to think, but what if you didn't have paper? Okay. I'm trying to think like bare bones, right? Like, what if I live in a place where there's no paper or things to write with? I would find a way to draw without resources, like to make art, because I'm an artist, I'm a visual artist, and I'm also a performer. So I would find ways, like if I don't have access to music, I would make my own music. If I don't have access to instruments, I use my body, right? If I don't have paper and pens, I can always, draw in the earth with a stick. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I would say. I'd find a way to make art no matter what. Or to make people laugh. George says, I've never pressed charges, should have, because, like, hi police, my girlfriend tried to beat me up and I ran away. Help, cops. Just wait till she calms down. Go home tomorrow. Yikes. You think so? I don't think so. I think you should press charges. Hello. Sorry.
Who's pressing charges?
Dude, someone on my stream said his ex-wife shot at him. And he didn't press charges.
Murder right there.
Yeah. Yes. And it is attempted murder, dude. And he didn't press charges because he felt like the cops would just be like, oh, just wait and go home tomorrow. Where do you live? Where do you live? Yeah, because maybe it also depends on the place. I don't know. In Louisiana, it's kind of shady. People are fucking weird there. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe also a place where guns are more normalized. Oh, you didn't get shot at? I thought you said your ex-wife shot at you. All right, let's see. Oh, random, what's your question? You keep saying you have a question. Ask your question. So Justin said, so what's normal? Seriously. Oh, I know. And oh, you quoted another thing. Okay, but like, I need to know about the numbers. So Acts 24-16, what does that mean? What does it mean? That is what I want to know. Please tell me. You exercise yourself to have a conscience void of offense towards God and towards men. Okay. A conscious person is normal. An unconscious person lacks conscience and tends to be unstable. Justin, I disagree with that, though. You think Hitler was unconscious? Hitler was very conscious, and he was pretty unstable. I would say mentally, emotionally, etc. Pin, George says a pin is all you need to make ink or paint. And let's see, RIP says, yes, because the price of a wish is your soul. Damn, deep. George says, that was Garden Earth Guy? Oh, Garden Earth Guy is the one who got shot at. Got you. Oh, my bad, sorry. Your ex just tried beating you up and threatened you. Got it. Okay, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Sorry, I did get that confused. Thank you, thank you. Justin says animals have no conscience. I don't agree with that. Have you ever seen a dog after it shits on your carpet and it feels super guilty? My mom's dog, like when he knows that he's done something bad, he'll cry and he'll put his head down and he'll look ashamed. Like dogs have a conscience. They know when they've done something fucked up. They do. I disagree with you, Justin. Justin says a conscience has to do with having good spiritual judgment and discernment. Hitler didn't have that. I think being conscious is like, I think you're saying aware, like it's like just being aware, like being alive. Like I don't understand. I don't think it is about having spiritual judgment to have consciousness. But having a conscience is different. I think maybe that's what you're trying to say. Not conscious. I think you're trying to say conscience. They're two different words. A conscience is your sense of morality. And that I would say, yes, then that makes sense. Right. But not conscious. Conscious just means that you're like awake and alive, that you have like brain waves and you're aware. Herb says, kind of wild conversation today, but I'm here for it. It is a wild conversation today. This is trippy. We got some new people in the chat. I love it. Like, yeah, please, new people, like and subscribe so we can keep having interesting conversations. George says, cats have a conscience, but no morals. Good one, dude. That's funny. Yeah, Justin, you're talking about spiritual discernment. I think maybe those words, is like, I think that it makes it more clear what you're trying to say. Violation says, what do you think of this Generation Z? Are we lazy and ungrateful as most people say? I think because you remember, I teach high school, so I'm around Generation Z. I teach high school aged kids. I'm excited about the next things people are saying too, but I want to answer you. The thing about being the lazy thing, the thing is like you guys have grown up with all the smart technology just like in your life. Like you literally never had a time where the internet didn't exist. Like when I was in high school, in high school, the internet did exist. But when I was in 6th grade was when it was first coming out. Like I remember a time before people had computers in their house and before they had internet, you know what I mean? Now we have pocket computers. Now we can stream our lives. Like this was all stuff that when I was in elementary school, it seemed impossible. It seemed like a sci-fi movie. So I feel like the laziness comes from like, oh, well, we can just use ChatGPT to write a paper. Why would I actually have to read anything when I have this AI that can do it for me? Do you see what I mean? So I think it's actually harder to make yourself do the work when you know you have these tools that can make things a lot easier for you. And I think that's where the laziness comes from. But I think I tell my students all the time, it's important to practice handwriting. It's important to read, to like see your brain as a muscle that you're exercising, because otherwise you're just gonna, it's like you're just dumb. Like, don't be dumb. I tell my students, like, don't be dumb. Okay. RIP said, I remember an ex pulled a knife on me because I wanted to leave and I laughed so hard. I laughed and told her, do you even know how to use that thing? Oh my God. Don't ever tell someone holding a knife, do you know how to use that thing? Because then they'll try. That's crazy. Yeah, Herb. Mandy says random, but it feels like 108 degrees outside right now. It's 85 inside my house with AC on full blast. Oof. Your tism is not handling it well. I just want to rip my skin off. Yeah, dude, that's hot. Where are you right now, Mandy? Where is it that hot right now? Justin says, well, conscience also, because never mind, LOL. I know sometimes it's like too much work to try to explain what you're thinking over text, right? Sometimes you do just need to talk it out. George says a lot of Gen Z is lazy in his opinion. Gen Alpha is going to be the next great generation. Is Gen Alpha like elementary school people now? Star Cody, hello. RIP says, but after I took it, somehow I still ended up falling asleep with her in my arms. I love them crazy white girls. Wait, you took the knife away and then cuddled her? That's crazy. And then RIP says, people are just people. Yeah, Wavy, happy Monday. Herb says, just be humble and modest and try to do your best and respect your elders by not assuming you know more or better than them, and you'll be fine. From a millennial to the Gen Z. RIP says, oh, I've been there too. Yeah, dogs have personality. They feel emotions. George says, there is a case where a guy broke into some woman's house and she pulled a gun. He said, what are you going to do, shoot me? And that was his last words. Love that. Love that story, George. Mandy says, oh, Arkansas. Oof. Arkansas is hot. Yeah, I feel that I've never been to Arkansas, but I can imagine that southern heat it's rough because it's humid too. It's like sweaty ass hot. Wait, Wild says, quick check-in. How's everyone really doing? Good. I just had lunch for like 2 hours because I've been talking too much. But I ate my salad like a good beaver. And then I'm going to do my stickers. I did a lot last night. I wasn't on the Wild when I did it. And then also, Wild, did you see how my screen was cracked yesterday? I just took the glass off and rotated it and put it on upside down. The same broken glass. So now the crack is down at the bottom and not covering the camera. Well, Heron, you came at the perfect time because I'm done eating. So. But it's impossible to stream and not eat if you want to do longer streams, you know? I mean, I'm not willing to... I like food too much, and I suppose I used to care about my weight. I just want to be like healthy. I really don't care if I'm a little chunky or don't. I think the whole weight thing is also like a societal stereotype thing, and like, you know, society and magazines and et cetera, the media all get in our heads and tell us like what we should look like. But really, I do think it's about like trying to be healthy and just, you know, like who cares? I'm not a power lifter. I'm not a bodybuilder. I don't go to a gym. I just do my dance karaoke at home. I get my cardio from that. And I do think it'd be good to do some weightlifting. I did do that at my school. Maybe I'll do that when school starts up again, because we have a little gym at school with weights. And it can be nice. And actually, I did lose weight, not even trying when I did that. Which is weird. It's crazy how, like, just lifting weights with your arms and, like, little ones. Like, I don't lift heavy weights, like, even 5-pound ones. Like, it's crazy that can actually make you lose weight. But again, like, that's not really my goal. I'm not trying. I'm fine with how I look. And, yeah, and I'd rather have meat on my bones than be super bone thin, you know? Let's see. Ooh, you guys are writing so much cool stuff. All right, let's see. Okay. Justin says, dogs are 2-part beings. Humans are 3-part beings. I've never heard that before. George says, wild. And Wild's giving the love back to George. I love it. This is cute. We're all friends here. And then Mandy says, frustrated and anxious, Wavy. Just had dinner. What did you eat for dinner, Mandy? Justin says, dogs have a soul and body. They die, and then they become a 1-part being, a body. How do you know this, Justin? How do you know this? Also, I don't know. It sounds like you're making up a science fiction novel or something. RIP says, I guess that's kind of what Scientology is, right? RIP says, yes, please new people like and sub. I think I'm too far back in the chat. Damn. Okay. Wild says, that's clever. Volition says, your answer really profound. George says, dogs are wolves who learn to use facial expressions rather than growl or kill. That's cute. RIP says, no and yeah. Yeah, you have everything at the tip of your fingers. Standard says, the last streamer was so beautiful, checked all my visual ideal partner boxes, and now I have to go to bed tonight knowing I'll never get the chance to meet her. Why? Why do you think you'll never have the chance to meet her? Wild says, my motto is do what makes you happy. George, yeah, that's great. George says, as long as you can be physically active at any time, you don't have medical conditions, then weight doesn't matter. Exactly. Yeah, like, I'm also not like stuffing my face with fast food all day. You know, I did have In-N-Out twice this last week, so I did do that. That's not super healthy, but it's summer, so whatever. Justin says, a soul, where'd it go? A soul is the life we live. We are living creatures. A soul is this life we live? I don't think I agree with that. Because I think the soul continues beyond just this life. I don't think it's, I disagree with that. You say we are living creatures, animals are living creatures too, but people have spirits, animals don't. I think animals have spirits too. If you ever study Tibetan Buddhism, they believe in 6 realms of being, and the animal realm is just one realm and it's like a state of consciousness too. You should look into, there's a book called The Tibetan Book of Living and Dying. And it's specifically the Tibetan Book of the Dead written for Westerners. And Justin, I think that it would be really interesting for you to read that, especially because you are a person of faith. And it'd be interesting for you because that book is written for Westerners. And it'd be interesting for you to take that and try to see how it kind of fits into your Christianity beliefs. You know what I mean? I think the more you can do to study outside your faith, the more it will inform your faith. You know what I mean? Even if you don't agree with all the things that you hear, the more you learn about, the more it will actually teach you about what you believe. Does that make sense? In-N-Out is In-N-Out. Dude, it's so freaking good. And then RIP says, everyone has the right to be happy as long as it doesn't come at the suffering of someone else. I completely agree with that. And then George says, a soul is the thoughts we hear when no one is there. I think that's your angels. And then it's like your higher self or your subconscious, you know. Justin says, I know it. RIP says, very true, Wavy. Justin said, I heard a saved Baptist. Yeah, but you're talking about you're still talking about within the same faith. You have to get out of the faith and listen to other cultures and what they believe. And then if you stay in just your Bible and don't read any other book, you know what I mean? You're actually being closed-minded. And I think Jesus would tell you to go out and find wisdom in the world. You know what I mean? Not to speak for Jesus, but I am Jewish and he is my brother. So, Wild says, I do limit pasta to avoid insulin spikes. That's probably smart. Let's see. George says, dying from too much pasta is a funny way to die. It sounds like a comedy sketch, dude. Also from Dairy. I want to do a Dairy sketch really bad. Herb says, I heard a rumor it's the aliens' job to recycle the souls. I don't know, though, never been an alien. That also sounds like a movie or a sketch. George says, how did he die? All you can eat pasta at the hotel he stayed at during a conference. Oh, no. Oh, man. Manny said, had loaded leftover nachos. Yum. Dad's birthday was the 27th. Beef, avocado, jalapeno, cilantro, cheese, black olives. Dude, I fucking love nachos. Bishop loves me. Thank you. Do you know how to say honey in German? It's Honig. Mein Honig means my honey. Fun fact. Fun Guy says, hi, ma'am. Hello. Justin says, they're not all saved. Again, you have to look at other religions because it's like different concepts. Like you are speaking only from a Christian POV. There's no other POV there. You know what I mean? And it actually makes you sound really narrow-minded. You know what I mean? I think if you studied other faiths, it would help you be more understanding and accepting where other people are coming from without judging them. Because whether or not you think you are judging other people. And that is what Jesus said not to do. Just saying. Mandy said, yeah, I made too much beef the first time. Otherwise, no leftovers. Justin's processing the narrow-minded. I'm not trying to be mean, Justin. I do appreciate the conversation about it. I like talking about this stuff. George says, were the chips sitting in the nachos? And Justin says, narrow is the way. He's cool with being narrow-minded. Okay. Yeah, George says, narrow is your way, for sure. No, I don't speak Polish. I actually don't. I don't know any Polish words, which is crazy because I've been to Poland. I'm sure at one point I did know a Polish word, but I don't anymore. Dude, Polish is like fucking crazy. It's a crazy language. And their alphabet is crazy too. Have any of you guys seen Polish? It looks kind of like Greek or something. It looks like a very, very difficult language to learn, honestly. Did I just take you to school? Dude, these are the conversations sometimes that I do have with students at school. Like, I do encourage my students to learn about other cultures and tell them how important it is, not to be narrow-minded and not to be judgmental of people that are just different from them. Because a lot of their parents are conservative, a lot of my students' parents. And so my students will automatically have conservative views too. And so I like expanding their minds, and telling them that they don't have, just because their parents believe something or want them to do something with their lives too, doesn't mean that they need to do that. They can do whatever they want, that it's their life, Okay, so I as you guys know, when I use the bathroom, I often show my underwear dress lady. I've been pacing, having to go pee for a while, so I'm going to go pee. Please look at my underwear dress lady, and I'll be back in a second. George says, I followed a lot of what she's talking about. I believe my spiritual beliefs fall between Buddhism and Native American nationalism. Yeah, see? The more you learn about other cultures, the more it informs your own faith or spirituality. That's all I'm saying. And guess what? To Justin, that's great that you believe the Bible. You can learn about all these other cultures and spirituality in other places and still decide, you know what? Even after reading all this stuff, the Bible really is my thing. And that's okay too. But the thing that makes you narrow-minded is if you never even do the research to see what these other people are saying. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's important to educate yourself and then make an informed choice rather than just blindly having faith in something. You know what I mean? Just because somebody told you to. Or because you heard one person's story. Like, listen to 30 people's stories and then decide what you believe. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. I'll be right back. I'm just going to go to the bathroom. All right, so I realized that I want to brush my teeth, but that you can be there with me for that part. So taking you with me. I totally forgot to brush my teeth this morning when I left the house to go run my errand, and I can still taste it. It's so gross. I hate that. I hate when I forget to brush my teeth. How many of you guys have forgotten to brush your teeth and then go to work, and then you have to like suffer at work knowing that you're like, ah, you're like, does anyone have a mint? But it's just like you're putting a Band-Aid, you know what I mean, on it, and you're like, oh no. Anyway, it makes me feel really good to have clean teeth and just be clean in general. Quantum physics, cool. I love that, actually. Actually, technically, that's Satanism, right? Believing in just physics. Sorry, let me finish. What's impossible? Everything's possible, right? Rike just wrote to me. He's doing delivery right now for Walmart, and he says it's awful. Sorry for talking with toothpaste all in my mouth. That was kind of gross. My bad. But I just wanted to see what you guys were talking about. Brian says, you're not supposed to swallow the toothbrush. I'm not? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! What's gonna happen? Am I gonna get pregnant with a toothbrush because I ate it? George says, Herb is more in touch with God than Justin, in my opinion. Mandy says, he wants my mom and me to pray with him every night. I never grew up with faith. So I never felt the draw towards it, but I can get why people do it. Either it's a culture or you need someone. I actually feel like a lot of people do organized religion for community. It's in a way, it's kind of like going to a concert. When you go for services, people sing songs, they're clapping. It obviously depends on the faith too, but I think there's a lot to be said just for that. You know what I mean? Just having that community, I think can be really fulfilling for people. And it's a way to make friends, It's just another community like any other community. This one happens to be spiritual. I've also found that in spiritual communities, there tends to be a lot of people who are actually not very good people. It's weird that like people use, I need my tripod over here. People use spirituality as like kind of a mask, I think a lot of the time, to be like, I'm a good person. It happens all the time. Look at like politicians and stuff too. They'll be like, oh yes, I'm a good Christian man. And then meanwhile, they're sleeping with prostitutes while they're like talking about how important Christianity is, and like cheating on their wife and kids with prostitutes, and then they get caught and then blah, 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 right? Like it happens all the time. We see this all the time. And so, yeah, I think that there's definitely a lot of reasons why people are of different faiths, and practice different spirituality, or say they do. Justin says magic is pretending to do what God can do. No, magic is just entertainment. I live in LA. We have the Magic Castle here. It's like magic is just entertaining people. And everything is God. Everything that exists is God. Like everything just is God. God is just energy. It's just another way of saying the Matrix, energy. I guess it includes spirituality too. It's what's physical and spirit, physical and spiritual. Anyway, yeah, RIP is saying that he can't stand when people hide behind God. Yeah, it's really easy for people to say all these things, or like say, like even the Bible story that Justin kept saying, with Isaac being sacrificed by his father. He didn't. Luckily, he didn't. God was like, oh, just kidding. I just wanted to test your faith. Yeah. Just what I say every time I'm going to murder one of my students. Oh, I was just testing my faith in God, I'm just kidding. I would never try to murder one of my students. I love my students. But yeah, anyway. Justin said, no, everything exists because of God. It's not God. I disagree with that. Chad says all churches. Mandy said, when my birth mom passed 3 years ago. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that. I was shocked, still shocked. I'd never dealt with death before. I felt a lot of guilt, but also felt relief. She was a terrible person. Oh, and I feel terrible. Did you read that book? Nighthouse was talking about it, that I'm glad my mom died, I think is what it's called. It was on like the New York bestseller list for a while. She said it really helped her because her mom passed away. And I think it really helped. Oh, thank you for reposting. Yeah, I missed it. Or you said you quit your desk job as an engineer to be a roofer because you fell in love with the simplicity and physical effort rather than mental effort. Ooh, yes, that's awesome. I love that. Yeah, getting your hands in it. Yeah, I think that's really cool. Chad's avoiding the politics. George says, Mandy says, for saying I felt relief, but I needed someone to tell me I wasn't condemned. Yeah, I think, I think it's really hard too when you have, it's like the person who's supposed to love you and be your caretaker and support you. But then when they're not that, and you hear that society tells you they're supposed to be, you know what I mean? It's really confusing. And no wonder why you felt relief if you hadn't been experiencing, useful, productive energy from that relationship, you know? Like, in a way, it kind of freed you from that. Oops. I accidentally just closed a tab that I wanted. No, I actually didn't need it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, what I want to do. I just wanted to check Rike's text without closing the window. Oops. Oh. I'm just saying LOL, I'm sorry. I am streaming right now, but texting you from my computer. I have therapy at 6, but free to hang out before or after if you want. I can get off my stream if you want to come over and not deal with streaming. I doubt he's gonna come by, but okay. Then I'm messaging Nathan. Okay, and then sorry, I'm answering all my texts right now. Oh, Rike said he's not coming by today. Okay. And then I'm telling my person, I already left school, but thank you so much. I am traveling for most of July, so I will get it once school starts. Okay, and then Rike can't come by. Okay, no worries. God, what should I tell him to make him feel better about having to deliver for Walmart? Yeah, am I booty texting while I'm on stream? No. And actually the person who like booty texted me the other night, I like texted him the next day being like, do you want to hang out today? And he's like, no, I'm going out of town. So he was just trying to get like a last minute hookup in, I guess, before he left, but it was just not in the cards. That was when I was streaming all night. Okay, no worries. Let me know if you want to hang out tomorrow or Wednesday. Okay. All right, next thing I need to do, so I'm done with my correspondence. Thank you. What am I working on? I'm working on putting my QR codes on the back of these stickers. So, it's time for a new QR code sheet. So I went to Staples. I got, it's just the label paper I got, but I got QR codes that go to my link tree. See, these are my QR codes, and I'm gonna cut them out and put them on the back of each one of my stickers. I'm actually making really good progress. I worked on this until 4 in the morning. This is definitely one of my summer projects, and I need to finish my Lady Beaver stickers that are gonna return to the Hive Gallery before Wednesday. So I'm doing really well. I'll definitely finish before Wednesday, I think. But yeah, it's a tedious task. I've been told I could get an intern to do this for me from the local college, since I am a legit practicing artist, that they could actually get college credit for it. But it's okay. I'm gonna finish this, and then I'm gonna move on to the Screwdale stickers. I want to do more Screwdale stickers too for my Fish Summer Tour. That's another reason why I want to do this. I want to take stickers on Fish Summer Tour and give them out to people. A lot of the fish people trade stickers, and so it'd be fun to participate, you know. George says, I hope someone isn't tripping while watching this because that would have sent them down the rabbit hole. You might be right. Especially all this spirituality talk. It's fun to talk about, though. Like, I actually don't mind having a discussion about it. You know, I also have done a lot of traveling and I've read a lot of books. I think religion and faith is really interesting. I also studied Kabbalah and, you know, used to go for Friday night services every Friday for almost 2 years during that time. So I feel like I have a lot of my own insight and opinion on the topic too. And I had a fallout with the Kabbalah Center, and that's a whole other story. And it's crazy that you can have drama with people that are supposed to be so spiritual. You know what I mean? Even my own teacher at the Kabbalah Center, I feel like at the end of the day, like, took me for granted and made me feel very unappreciated, and was also trying to get me to be like a normie, and said I was upsetting people by singing and dancing. Because in Orthodox Judaism, it's not okay for a woman to sing on a microphone. But the crazy thing is, at the Kabbalah Center, a lot of their real estate was purchased by Madonna, the celebrity Madonna. How do you think she afforded to buy their real estate? By singing on a microphone. So that's where, like, you know, I think it's important to figure things out also for yourself, you know, and not just believe what people are spoon feeding you, because, you know, like, the wisdom only takes you too far, or so far. Like, what is it actually like in practice? You know what I mean? So, roofers rule. Oh, RIP, I didn't know that. What did you get hurt a few years back from? I actually didn't know you were retired because of that. I had no idea. George, oh yeah, the QR code filling the screen with the trip, yeah. Oh, thank you. Imran said he likes my hair. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, and then Eccentric Roofing Brotherhood. Dude, I'm telling you, right here hurts on my finger just from cutting up stickers. I wish I could cut with the other hand. I'm like trying to use a different part of my thumb. Does someone want to buy me a little mini paper cutter? Like, I would love one that's like this big. But yeah, RIP, tell us what made you retire early, because you're my age. So how did you get hurt? What was your injury? Did you tell me already and I forgot? I feel like I don't remember that. No, Justin, I never said I believed in witchcraft. I said I believe in magic. Like, magic is entertainment. That's what I said, that we have the Magic Castle and we have a lot of talented performers that perform magic there. Do I think any of it is like real? It's all a performance, dude. Everything is fake. Do I believe in witchcraft? I believe in energy. I believe, like, with the whole like voodoo doll concept and stuff, like, I think that if you're sending bad energy out in the world, you know, it can do damage. You know, I do believe in cause and effect, though. I think that if you're practicing bad, if you're sending out bad energy, that's what you're going to get back, you know? It's happened to me in real life. I was like talking badly about this girl that I don't like at the Hive Gallery to another girl, and now that other girl is not my friend anymore. And was like, I don't want to be in the middle. And I'm like, okay. and she stopped being my friend. So like, yeah, I think you reap what you sow, and that it's important to be a good person. And I know that we do have different ideas about what that means too, about what being a good person means. But I think that also is largely left up to you and your own moral compass. Let's see. Mandy said, Madonna's on another world. I swear, I can't explain it, but she's battling something, and I hope she has... What is she battling? You hope she has someone out there for her? Well, she has her daughter. Her daughter and her seem to have a good relationship. And then RIP, I put some shorts up this year, Herb says, for the first time since If You Want to See Michigan. Dude, I have a friend in Michigan. I've been trying to get out there. He lives in Grand Rapids. I wish I could go this summer. He wants me to, but I just can't with all the fish traveling. He was like, if you want, you could skip New York and come be with me in Michigan instead. I was like, I'm sorry, dude, I can't. I have to go see fish. But he's like one of my fish friends for sure. One of your supervisors crushed you with a forklift? Oh my God, that is scary. Mandy says scary as fuck. Yes. Justin says, I don't make any sense at all. I feel like I'm making a lot of sense. And I feel like what I'm saying is not unaligned with what Jesus said. For the record, I just want to say, I don't think I've said anything that contradicts anything that Jesus would say. What the real Jesus would say, not his followers or whatever, the people that wrote shit down after he died. Talking about actual Jesus, what the whole religion is based on. I'm not Christian. I grew up Jewish, but that's just my 2 cents. RIP says, it pinched my sciatica, and later I was climbing a ladder and my leg spasmed 15 feet up, and you fell? And you fell on concrete? Oh my God. I never knew that, RIP. That is crazy. Wow. So I'm guessing now you collect disability from the state? And is it enough to actually survive on? Like, what happens after you go through something like that? Did you sue your company? Did you do workers' comp? Yeah, like tell us what that process was like. What'd you do after that whole thing? RIP says, be right back. Damn, we'll have to ask him afterward. I'm very curious. I want to show you the stickers too. By the way, if anyone wants any of these stickers, that's upside down. If anyone wants any of these stickers, it's 1 for 2, 3 for 5. And I will do free shipping for you because I can just put these in an envelope and put a stamp on it and send it to you in the mail. And I believe I already have some stamps. So if any of you guys want stickers, let me know and just tell me which ones you want and I'll put them aside for you. I also have a bunch of free stickers that I've been, so I took these out of my sticker basket because they have like small imperfections. But so if you order any stickers from me, I'll include some free stickers for you as well. And I'm surprised I haven't had any takers yet, because this is my #1 most popular selling item. Maybe it's because my camera was all messed up yesterday when I was streaming. Oh, Slovenia is watching the World Cup and said there's a penalty right now for Germany. They lost in penalties. Uh-oh. Someone broke the rules. Herb says, as a fellow roofer, he probably got fired before he hit the ground. Oh no, it's so sad. And why does that seem true? So yeah, putting my QR codes on the stickers. It's a pig eating a hot dog. By the way, I have an alarm going off at 5:40 to tell me to get ready for therapy, but last I looked, it was 4 something still. So I still got a ways, still got a bunch of time to be on here with you guys. And man, I want to cross some stuff off my to-do list. It just seems like it takes forever. I have more stickers too in my bedroom in bins that also need to get all these QR codes. I haven't even gotten those out yet, but I wanted to do this first. Ooh, Wild just had some Chipotle. What'd you get at Chipotle? Oh, America's out of the World Cup already? I didn't even know that. RIP said, yeah, the fall left me with no prolonged standing, walking, and no climbing or walking on uneven ground. That's insane. But you're walking now, right? You just can't walk for too long at a time. Manny said, my dad is actually disabled himself. Loads of tea there. I'm also mentally disabled. Mentally disabled? Living with my parents. Can't hold a job. Been truly anxious about what happens if they pass, because who's gonna like take care of you? Yeah. Care for you. Wild had a honey chipotle chicken quesadilla. Damn. That sounds good. Mandy. It's, you know, I think part of the problem too is like when you, oh God, it's just so hard. I mean, I don't know. I'm a very independent person, so I can't speak from the same mindset as you. But I can tell you there's been times in my life where I wanted to move back home with my parents because life just felt hard, you know? But it almost reminds me of like, and not saying that you're like this either, because again, like, I feel like I'm speaking from a little bit of a limited point of view on this topic, just because I am really independent. But it reminds me of the people that like don't leave for college after high school and they just stay living with their parents, and they're like, oh, I'm just gonna get a job, you know, and live at home, and they wind up like never leaving their hometown, because it's like that was part of like the leaving the nest experience of like going to college. Like I remember going to college and being freaked out that I was away from my mom. And then I remember even worse was when I moved to New York for grad school. I remember the first 2 months I was miserable, calling my mom, being like, I made a huge mistake. But I think the scary thing, Mandy, is that like part of you feeling like you don't know what you're gonna do if they're not supporting you. Like, I feel like it's also like you don't realize how much it's actually enabling you to stay living there. You know what I mean? Like your parents or your dad, right, is enabling you a little bit because he's making it okay for you to not have to be independent and do all this stuff. But the thing is, I feel like, and it is hard to reestablish yourself, but then you get used to it. People adapt. People are very, very, very adaptive creatures. And I really feel like, I really feel like even though it may be hard at first, like you would adapt to your new reality. You know what I mean? But again, that's me speaking from my own point of view. Like, I'm not you, so I can only give my 2 cents about it. You know what I mean? And I really did not want to sound I don't know, ignorant or uncaring. Like I'm saying it from a place of love, like just how I would tell one of my students, you know what I mean? To go out and be independent, and that they would figure it out, you know, having faith in them that they would figure it out. So anyway, beaver time. Oh, thank you. It's 4:51 p.m. Perfect. Let's see. I'm looking at what you guys said. Ooh, birria tacos. George says, yum. Yum, 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 yum. While it says, aw dang, would say, so good and very nice. George, did you hop on that consume? I think he's talking about tacos. RIP followed herb. George is still eating tacos. Manny says, still haven't got my checks. My mom is the sole income of the house. Money gets tight sometimes. I hate sounding ungrateful, but I'm grieving a life I never got to witness or experience. Yeah, Mandy, how old are you again? If you don't mind me asking. You got to go out and experience life, you know? What's the point? What's the point otherwise? Just being, you know, scared of it at your mom's house, you know? Again, I'm not trying to sound harsh. It's just like, yeah, you have to, like, wouldn't it be so nice to live on your own terms and have everything that you want on your own terms? You know what I mean? Herb says, thanks, RIP. It took me a lot of work to get 50 so I can go live on site. Yeah, I need to follow you too, Herb. Actually, maybe I'll do that from my computer in a second. I just want to read your messages real quick. Mandy says, thank you, George. While it says, RIP, you can check out my shorts. And then while it says, pretty please, RIP says, Mandy, I kind of feel on you since that SS office. I'm going to go back and forth with them myself. A Social Security office. George says, I work and help my parents with their house that I've grown up in. If they go, I'm getting rid of this place. RIP says, Wavy, I got you. Oh, Mandy, you're so young. Mandy's turning 27 in August. Yeah, you're so young. You got it. What about school? Did you go to college? Well, it says, thank you, RIP. Herb says, the transistor climb. Well, it says, George is a man of culture. And while it says, Herb, sorry to put you through that. I don't actually know what you're talking about, but that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, Mandy, did you go to school? Did you go to college? Do you not like school? Do you hate college? And yeah, Mandy, you're so young. Like, you need to get out of your mom's house. I know you think she's taking care of you, and she is. But like, she's also enabling you from actually living your life. You know what I mean? You probably don't realize it, but she probably, there might be some codependency stuff happening with her also. You know what I mean? Where she doesn't want you to leave, so she makes you feel like you don't want to leave. When in reality, in a way, she's controlling you a little bit. You know what I mean? Again, I don't know the truth. I'm just... Oh, and Herb, I want to follow you right now. Let me do that. Let me do that after this one. Okay. Let me follow you right now. Ugh. Does anyone else make content here that wants me to follow them back? Herb 2070. Got you. I subbed. Nice hat. Shake my beaver. Ah! Okay. You got it. I'm shaking it. Ooh, look at me shaking that beaver tail. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll follow you, RIP. Okay. RIP mother. Got you. Anyone else want me to follow them right now or subscribe to them? Yay! Oh, and actually, I realized while I'm here, why don't I pin my Venmo in the chat in case any of you guys want stickers? Okay. Let me mute my sound so you don't have to also hear me. Okay. Venmo, I'm going to say Venmo tips at Lady-Beaver. But that's also where you can Venmo me, and pin message. That's also where you can Venmo me if you want the stickers. And then if you do want stickers, if you make your Venmo transaction private, then you could type your address and which stickers you want in there. Oh, that's nice. You're honored to be followed by me. I could follow you from my Screwdale account too if you want. You can have 2 followers. 2 follows from me. Mandy says, my purpose for the house is to keep the house clean and make meals. Even I have difficulty doing that each day. It's a daily reminder to do what I'm supposed to do. I barely passed high school. So you don't like school. School's not your thing. Only because I was going to say school could be your path out of that. You know, it's also a thing that, you know, doing what you like in high school, you have to take all your gen ed classes, right? But when you go to college, you can actually major in something. What about trade school? Have you thought about doing a trade? You could even go to school and take 1 class and not like do a whole full course load. What do you like doing, Mandy? What are you passionate about? Like you could work for example, Mandy, if you like talking on the phone, you could work for a suicide hotline and like talk to people and help them, you know, help give people hope on the phone. You know what I mean? Okay, you like music and photography. Well, maybe you could. Do you like working with people? I was going to say you could actually do photography for events. You could be an event photographer and do people's like bar mitzvahs and quinceañeras and weddings and stuff. You know? Oh, you're learning drums? That's great. Yeah, become a streamer. George, you know what? You're right. Mandy, you should be a streamer and drum on your stream or do whatever music you like to do on your stream or even just take photos on your stream. If you have like a nice camera and then that way you can stream from your phone and you could talk about photography and tell people like what you're taking pictures of. I actually like that idea the best. It's like you like being on YouTube. Obviously, you're already here. You might as well, you know? Oh, I just realized there's something I didn't do for therapy. I talked about it earlier, I think, but I didn't do it. I have to print up positive quotes from Power Positive Thinking and put them on my wall of my bedroom. My therapist told me to do that. Okay, I'm gonna do this last sticker right here, and then I'm gonna take a break from this and do that. Get out my computer one more time. George says, Mandy, if you have a good camera and can be on your feet for a long time, then yes, event photography pays. Dude, I think it's fun too. I've never done event photography, but I've done like event planning stuff for other people. I was like an assistant. I didn't do it myself. But it was really fun. That was really fun. And then like getting to be at the event and like everyone's dancing and stuff and you're just going around taking pictures of everyone. It's so chill. Okay, I lied. I'm gonna sticker one more. Yeah, and you can do that independently. I would say make a website where, and you can do it on like a Tumblr that's free. You don't need to even pay for a website to host you. Or it could even be an Instagram, you know what I mean? But put all your photography somewhere, like a portfolio, so people can see your work. And then if you want, even at the beginning, if you can get away with not charging a lot at the beginning, you could charge a low amount, because you could tell your people, oh, I'm trying to build my portfolio, so it'd be my pleasure to photograph your event for $100. You know what I mean? So yeah, George says he works in catering and a single day of photos is like $1,000 takeaway easy. Yeah, I mean, at least like $300, $400, $500 for like a more chill situation. You know what I mean? God, I'm still stickering. All right, I need to stop and print those things out. I'm gonna put that to the side. I'm trying to space out which stickers go in the basket. So my rule is if I can see the sticker, not to put the same sticker on top. But yeah, this is what my sticker basket's looking like right now. I put the QR codes on all of these. It's looking pretty enticing, right? Mandy says, I adore people, I adore concerts, music. The whole energy of musical community fills me up with such fulfillment. I love the musician Youngblood. I would work for him if he asked. Okay, here's the other thing, Mandy. You need to reach out to those people and be like, hey, can I photograph you? Especially if you know they're coming through Arkansas where you live. You're in Arkansas, right? That's what you said? Or is that someone else? I think it was you. But yeah, I think that it's worthwhile to reach out to your heroes. You never know. I mean, I message my heroes all the time, and most of them don't message back, but I have received replies from Neil Brennan. I wrote him after I saw him do stand-up. And Jim Brewer, I saw do stand-up, and he wrote me back on Instagram afterward. Okay, sorry. Power positive thinking. I'm going to read you the quotes too. Quotes. So yeah, my therapist told me to print some of these out and just have them, like, put them near my bed so I can see it when I first wake up. And there's very specific quotes that I'm looking for from that book. So let's see if I can find it. Let's see, it's not coming up. I'm gonna type part of the quote. I feel good mentally. Oh yeah, I feel good. Things aren't going to fall apart. God is here. He is with me. Okay, that hopefully will trigger it. No, how could this not come up? I'm so confused. Norman Vincent Peale. I might have to just type it myself. There's the thing about practicing gratitude. Replace negative thoughts with positives. It says replace negative thoughts with positive ones. Oh, here. I found it. Here's the quote. Are you ready? And I'm gonna print this out. I believe this is going to be a wonderful day. I believe I can successfully handle all the problems that will arise today. I feel good, physically, mentally, emotionally. It is wonderful to be alive. I am grateful for all that I have had, for all that I now have, and for all that I shall have. Things aren't going to fall apart. God is here and He is with me and He will see me through. I thank God for every good thing. I feel like they did change the quote slightly, but that is the quote I was looking for. So now I just have to find one that is actually how he said it. Unless I'm wrong, unless I'm just remembering it wrong. see, I'm gonna copy and paste the whole quote. See if it comes up with anything. Norman Vincent Peale. Okay. Okay, I found the same exact quote, but I swear it was different. Damn it, am I gonna have to find the actual book? Okay, wait, here's one. Here's one from a different site. Okay. Where is it? Oh my God, this person wrote so many quotes, you might as well have written the whole book. I don't even see that one. Oh my God. Can you Command F? Can you search on a website? Let's see. No, it says 0. It's not even on here. Okay. Okay, I found another one from Bookroo. Bro. Why is this so hard? Maybe I should just print I mean, it's pretty similar. But I swore that the end was like, I thank God for all good things. I know it's like just a tiny thing, but I like had memorized it and would say it to myself over and over again. You know what I mean? Let's see. Yeah, George is giving Mandy advice. As you get better and can afford equipment, then hire someone like you starting out. Pay them a little, but train them to help you. Yeah, you guys said a lot of really good advice. Gillis wants me to shut up. Sorry, I won't. And then Mandy says you should try your own advice. I love that. That's great. Mandy says, I definitely would love to ask Youngblood, his team, about photographing him. His own photographer, Tom, is an inspiration. Dude, reach out to Tom. You know his photographer? Dude, ask if there's anything you can do to be an assistant for Tom, even if it's editing his photos. Do you know Photoshop? And that's a class that you should take if you want to be a photographer and you don't know Photoshop. Take a Photoshop class. You can take one online. You don't even need to talk to people. You know what I mean? Take a Photoshop class, learn Photoshop, and then tell Tom that you're learning Photoshop and that you'd love to help with his photos, you know? RIP says, real talk, Lady Beavers helped me cope with the breakup, loss of 2 puppies, and then my mother in all these past 2 years. I remember when I first saw Beaver dancing thanks to the house. Yeah, night house. Manny said, would love to see a show, but tickets are too expensive and all the states are too far out. What's the closest state? Can you take a train there maybe? Or maybe even, I know it can be risky, but find other people online who are also road tripping there that you can go with. Because, yeah, Arkansas is close to a lot of states. Okay, I found the quote again. Okay, how can I not find this? I believe. And then like it keeps saying it's on this website, and then I click the website and it's like different quotes. All right, here's an Instagram post about it. Bro, It's all lies. The internet's all lies. Where's I believe? I believe. Okay, I found it. Okay, I believe this is going to be a wonderful day. I believe I can successfully handle all the problems that will arise today. I feel good physically, mentally, emotionally. It is wonderful that to be alive. This is the same thing. I'm grateful for that. All I have had, for all that I now have, and all that I shall have. Things are going to fall apart. God is here and He's with me and He will see me through. I thank God for every good thing. All right, maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. All right, well, fine. I'm gonna go back and search for images again and just print out an image in time for therapy because it's 5:12 right now. Okay. Images. Okay, more stuff came up this time when I looked for it. This. Oh, okay. For every good things. Oh my God. Cool. All right. Well, the best one is this image of the beach. Save image as. Okay, and I'm gonna print this. Print. Okay. Ooh, there's a box on my printer. Hold on. I need to move that. Okay, I hate when I accidentally do that and then I like mess the printer up. It tries to print and I create a paper jam because there's stuff on the printer, but it's printing, so. All right. Oh, George, you're in New York. Are you going to go to any of the fish shows at Madison Square Garden in July? Wild and me are going. You should join us. Let's have a YouTube friends party. George says, blasphemy. The internet is never wrong and never lies. Mandy said his tour's almost over. 6 more dates. He's developed tonsillitis again. Oof. Has surgery in October. My parents don't trust me to go out on my own or with people they don't know. World is too scary. See, this is what I'm saying, Mandy. Your parents are enabling you. You're fine. You are fine. Your parents have made you believe that you are not. And it's going to take time being on your own for you to really, really see that. George says the world will always be a scary place. It will never stop being a dangerous place. How we navigate it and be cautious is how we survive. Yeah, George, go to the show. I'm going to all 5 shows, dude. Yes, come to one. I think Wild is going the last day on the 29th, I believe. So, any day you want to go. And I don't remember the section off the top of my head. I have to look it up. But I could send that to you. Are you on Instagram, or you were one of the people that said you're off Instagram, right? I could look it up right now if you want. What section I'm sitting in, so you could try to get nearby. I know Wild was able to get a ticket for himself, like I think just in the next section. It's pretty close to where I am. But yeah, that would be fun, you guys, to have a fish party in New York. And Mandy, you could make a GoFundMe and be like, please help me accomplish my dream of meeting, or seeing my favorite band, and you could have random internet people donate to you to help you go see them on tour. And like, yeah, the world is scary to a degree. Like, I feel like the unknown is scarier. George says I can request off that day and make it happen. That's freaking awesome, George. Okay, I'll look up where I'm sitting so you could try to find a close area. Mandy, you have to find the guts. You know what I mean? You can't just wait for your life to pass you by. You know what I mean? You have to like take the reins on your life. Don't let your parents control your life. Like your parents can't tell you can't go outside and you're almost 30. Come on. Yes, YouTube party. Used to have party line parties in San Diego. That's cool. And then George says, GoFundMe, I'm broke, scared, and want to see friends at concert. Please help. Yes, truly. Yes, that is exactly what you would write. And you'd be surprised how random internet people will send you money because they're like, oh yeah, I know what that's like. I want to help her get to her concert. Tell details about your family, your mom and like the situation too. Okay, if you feel comfortable anyway, but yeah, and George isn't kidding either. Okay, let me look up my Ticketmaster stuff. Hopefully I can get in from my computer. I think they may have sent me an email too with my seat number. Cause yeah, I'm logged in on my phone. Oh, sign in with a passkey, that's cool. Did that work? That worked, baby. Okay, upcoming events. By the way, I'm seeing Les Claypool on Friday. I'm super stoked about that. Oh, it's gonna be freaking awesome in Long Beach. Anyway, okay, so the fish tickets, okay. I'm in section 213, row 2, seat 7. Section 213. 213. Okay, you're writing this down? And I'm in that same seat for all 5 days. So even if you decide to go to a different show that's not the 29th, I'm there in that seat. So yeah, section 213, row 2, seat 7. And you'll recognize me because my hair is blue. You'll see me. You will see me. You know what I mean? And just call out, Lady Beaver. You know what I mean? And then you could say, I'm George. We met on YouTube. And I'll be like, hi. Yeah, that'd make me very excited. So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, section 213, row 2, seat 7. That's where I'm at. Come visit me at the fish shows. And then let's see, my other shows, I have to still get, I do still have to get tickets for, I have my tickets for Columbia, Maryland. Did I not get my tickets for Raleigh, North Carolina yet? Oof, that I have to get still. Yeah. Did I really not get that yet? Damn. All right, I'm gonna look right now actually on Cash or Trade while we're talking about it. Fish. Let me see. So I'm still waiting on my tickets for Savannah, Georgia, but I have sellers who want, okay. Yes, I see now the North Carolina show. Yeah, I don't have tickets for that right now. Let me get a ticket. I swore I got one, but I guess not. Okay. Ooh. Section 9, nice pavilion seats, willing to split them for $157.49. We got section, oh no, that's 2 tickets. And then lawn. And then we got section 7, a single ticket for $133. That's a good deal. I want to see where these sections are. Another section 9 for $113. section 5, 1 through 3 tickets. Going with the larger group. Who's ready? Okay. All right. I need to map. Let me open up a new tab. And it's at the Coastal Credit Union Park in Walnut Creek, Raleigh, North Carolina. So I want to look up the map of that venue and see. Map of venue. Because I don't want to sit. Okay, I see. 9 is all the way on the side, which actually is fine if you can get closer. Let me show you what this looks like, by the way. Okay, so a lot of the tickets were section 9. Someone had the tickets for section 5. 6, 7 is in the middle. But yeah, so let's see what are the best seats here. Mandy, why does your mom have to come with you? Wow. Do the police sound like they're right outside my house? What is happening? Did you hear that? There's like a helicopter outside. I can't make out what they're saying. Should we go investigate? Now this is kind of exciting. Let's see what they're saying. I don't know, I hear them flying around. What's happening? I don't see them, but I hear them. Oh, there they are. You see them? What's happening? Did you hear what's happening? Huh? They said something, but I couldn't hear them. What happened right closer? I was just curious. Yeah, I don't know what they want. Let's see. They're coming back. Yeah. There they are. It's like shaking the whole house. All right. All right. Anyway. 6, 7. You're looking at the news? Yeah, I'm curious. All right. Let me change the camera around. Okay. So you guys can help me pick out my seats for this show. Oh, they're all locked. It's fine. I locked my door. That's my property manager was outside, like, taking out the trash. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't even care. It's fine. It's LA. I don't know. Is the food storage place still burning? The last time I checked, most of it had been out, but they were still smoldering some fires. Okay. So here's the venue. Now let's see which one of these tickets should I get. Okay, so we have section 9. I want to see where in section 9. Row Y, that's right at the end. I say no. Let's see. I want to see if I can help it. Section 7. Ooh. Row BB. So that's actually kind of far because it's like after Z. But it's in the middle and it's pretty cheap. So that's pretty cool. So maybe this one. We'll come back to that one. In section 7. Okay. Next, let's see. Another section 9, row DD. I think that's probably even further away. Okay. Section 5 would be good too. Let's see where in section 5. Row V, so it's kind of towards the back also. That price is pretty good though, $130. Yeah, I don't know, George. I need to look up to see if it's still burning. And then, ooh, section 7 for 160, and it's HH, so it's also, it says 2, but it's like for 1 ticket. So, Oof, I don't know. Which sounds better? HH is also probably behind Z, I'm guessing. So it's kind of far back. And then another section 9, row Z. So like last row. Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking that, yeah, I want to spend somewhere around 150 for a seat. I could be on the lawn, you know what I mean? For like $70 or whatever, but see, I could get a lawn ticket for 70, but I think I'd rather have a seat and be covered by the pavilion because then you have shade, you know? Let me see if I can find a picture of this venue. Because this is the map. Picture of venue. See, so this is what it looks like. So when you get a seat, you're under the shade. Oh, wait, no, I don't think you are. I think all these people have seats. Wait, or is this all lawn? Actually, maybe that is all lawn. Wait, here's another picture. Yeah, this has to be lawn. That has to be lawn. Okay, now I'm gonna look up seat labels because I want to know where like ZZ and HH is and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I'm not seeing any of that. Like, I'm just gonna type HH, see what comes up for that. Nothing. Well, that's annoying. All right, let me open up. This is crazy. Let me open up a new tab. Oh, by the way, this is my Spotify. For any of you guys that are on Spotify, I have a Lady Beaver music page and then also a Screwdale one. Yeah. Oh, George, the thing I'm looking up right now is Raleigh, North Carolina. I already have my tickets for Madison Square Garden. I told you the seats I have. But anyway, okay. Let me go to Ticketmaster because I'm going to search up that show here, Fish. And then I'm going to see, it'll show me a better map, I think, of the seats. Okay, so here is the map, and then, okay, see, so like on here, L is like in the middle, okay? Let's try to find one that is like HH, so you can see like where that is. Dude, there's not even, like it only goes up to M. And M is like right here. Yeah, Ticketmaster is way too expensive. You can see why I'm on Cash or Trade. But if M's here, that's why I'm like, where is HH? Also, how is there like, that's it on Ticketmaster? Like they literally have no more seats than just these. That's really dumb. How else can you look up? Maybe I could look up a concert tickets for another show, just so I could see. All right, let's see here. What will not be as popular? Oh, poor Billy Idol. But let's look up Billy Idol tickets just so we could see what these are listed as. Okay, so for one ticket. Sorry, is this interesting to you guys? All right, here, row Z. Okay, see, so row Z is kind of in the middle. It's right here, right? And this is what the view looks like. Section 5, row Z. It says, upper reserve sitting right of center facing stage, not under pavilion roof. Okay, so that's what I need to find out. I want to be under the pavilion roof if I can. So, okay, so now I'm going to ask AI. I'll turn this around now and put this back so you can actually see me. By the way, the helicopter is still flying, but they haven't They haven't said another announcement yet. Okay. So I'm going to ask Claude. Oh, let me start a new chat. New chat. Claude. I want to buy a ticket for Fish at the Coastal Credit Union Music Park in Walnut Creek, Raleigh, North Carolina, but I want to be under the pavilion. What is the last row that is covered? Okay, now we'll see. Let's see. George says, you can't get anything anywhere other than Ticketmaster. No, that's not true. Cash or trade. That's what I was on. Cash or trade. Yeah, George, do not buy your Fish ticket for Madison Square Garden on Ticketmaster. Do not. Go to cash or trade. It's way cheaper. Way cheaper. Okay. It says to buy tickets lower than row Q. Specifically for sections 4 through 9, everything from rows A through Q are covered. Rows R through Z and AA through HH are exposed. Row Q is the last covered row in the pavilion. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to cash or trade, knowing that. Isn't this crazy how much research you need to do? Yeah, cash or trade. I'll show you. I'll take this off and show you. This is the website. And I would go here to look for concert tickets before you go anywhere. See, cashortrade.org. So go there and then type in Fish and then look for the Madison Square Garden shows. And you'll be able to see. See, so I'm on, I'm looking up, this is the Raleigh, North Carolina show, because I just realized I don't have a ticket for this show. I thought I did, but I do not. Because I was trying to get all my tickets. I'm still waiting on some. But okay, so I don't remember. This is Y, so that's not covered. That's after Q. This is row CC. That's not covered. That's lawn. This is BB. That's not covered. Another lawn. Another lawn. This is DD. That's not covered. Damn. Row V, not covered. Wait. QRST, no. GA. 3 tickets and a lawn chair. Wait, what? I think this is just for the lawn. Oh, it's just for a lawn chair. Got it. Weird. Okay. Yeah. And, okay, here's another section 7. HH. Nope. Section 9. Row Z. Damn it. No. None are under the pavilion. And these are all sold. Damn. Okay, well, I don't know what to do. Maybe I should wait. The scary thing is waiting too long and not being able to get tickets at all. But it's like, why would I get a seat if it's out? I might as well just get on the lawn if I'm not going to have a seat under the shade. You know what I mean? And I can get a lawn ticket for $80 here. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, well, shit. Yeah, I'll have to go back and look at that. See, I'm not logged in. I see. I have like, oh, don't look at that. Oops. God, I'm so bad, you guys. Night House called me too, and she's like, you're giving too much of your personal information out. And I was like, oh yeah, I probably should be careful. Oops. All right, never mind. I will do the rest of that later. I will keep looking. Every day people post stuff. I just need to, keep looking, keep looking. So, need to finish these stickers too. Did you guys hear the helicopter? Did anyone look up about the warehouse fire to see if it is still happening? The fire, by the way, was in Boyle Heights. It hasn't seemed as smoky, I will say, around my house. So that's good. Trying to improve the cut on the sticker. And the crazy thing is, I'm spending all this time and I think I'm gonna just give this sticker away for free. Because there's a tiny little crease line under the snake's tongue from where like the back of the sticker paper is. I can't tell if it would affect the image or not, but it bothers me enough that I will give this away for free. Manny said, I just looked up Youngblood and his Warped Tour. The pit is $1,100. Yeah. I believe it. Especially since the tickets have already been on sale for a while. Did you look on Cash or Trade? You could check to see if he's on there. Cash or Trade, I feel like, is more so used by the fish type people and type music, but you never know. There are a lot of other bands listed on there. I had tickets for Death Cab for Cutie, and I sold them on Cash or Trade. I sold my tickets because I was going to go with a friend, and then that person stopped being my friend, and I was like, well, the only reason why I was going to this concert was because of you, so never mind. And I looked, and she hadn't paid me for the show yet, because otherwise I would have felt like I had to give her ticket, But I was like, okay. It's 5:40. Okay, I have therapy in 20 minutes. I can hang out for like 10 more minutes. But then I do have to go. Look at the cheerleader one. I also feel like I should go and get more stickers out of my room that are different than these designs, because it's going to be a lot of repetitive stickers on top otherwise. I haven't seen this one in a while. This one I need to clean up a little bit, but did I tell you guys the advice my therapist gave me last time? My last session? I think I might have, but I could tell you again if you want. It was pretty good. I really like my therapist I'm seeing right now. He gives really good advice. And I'm probably just going for one more week after this, and then I'm gonna stop just because I'm gonna be following Fish on summer tour, and it is online, but I just don't want to have to deal with it. You know what I mean? When I'm traveling. I can talk to him about that too. And I don't really know if I necessarily have a need or desire for it for after. I just really like him, and he does give good advice. It has been nice, but yeah. Like I said earlier, I did the therapy specifically to help me get through a breakup, and now that breakup is done. Like we broke up, it's over. So I've been feeling a lot happier that person is not bringing me agony and grief anymore, that I'm free. And so I'm kind of like, okay, we navigated it. But yeah, I do want to, I think I was saying earlier about relationships, like I want to talk to him about relationships today and my viewpoint of them. And, but yeah, it's hard because he's, you know, I just know he's like a monogamous person. So what my poly mindset may not make sense to him, but I know, you know, I know he also wants me to, like, everyone wants me to keep an open mind about it. So, okay, I think I got all the dust off. Yay. Mandy said, unfortunately, he's really popular right now. Rediscovered him in the height of him getting so popular. The cheap tickets are gone. Yeah. Well, look on Cash or Trade. You know, seriously, see if anyone has a ticket that they're giving away for cheaper. You know, people's travel things change all the time. So, start putting that on upside down. All right. What do you think? Should I come back online after my therapy appointment? Would any of you guys like that? I'm just gonna be doing more sticker stuff. Does that interest you guys to come back and do stickers and chat? Oh, no available tickets on Cash or Trade, damn. Well, keep checking, because, you know, people post stuff all the time. And also, don't go with your mom. Find a way to go by yourself. Or with friends. But I think it might be good for you. I don't know. Maybe that is asking a lot. Maybe that is a big trip to do by yourself when you're afraid to, like, leave your house. But definitely do stuff without your mom in your neighborhood, you know? Oh, George says, depends if Night House is on. I know, dude. We keep talking about getting together. I want to do karaoke with her again also. Maybe we can do some karaoke on Wednesday. I have to ask her if she's available. But yeah, I would love for her to come over and do that more. Okay, I guess I should pause for now and get ready for therapy. But thank you, Mandy. Yay, you'd love to come back. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I have therapy for an hour. It's from 6 to 7. 6-7. So you love the snail. Yeah, she's the snail queen. She's one of my faves. I love her too. Isn't she a babe? I love her. Yeah. But yeah, I love that you guys support Night House too. Night House is a good cookie. She's a good cookie. I like her. She is my friend. She is my friend. Sorry, I don't want to stop. I honestly wish I didn't have therapy right now so I could just keep doing this, but it seems like nothing I want to get done is getting done fast enough, but I'm almost done. Look, this is like, you can see that they're almost done. These aren't almost done over here. I have all this stuff to do. But at least, like, I can bring the basket back to the hive. You know what I mean? And it's pretty heavy, actually. Like, there's a pretty good amount of stickers in here. So, thank you so much, Mandy. Yeah, my therapist is chill. It's nice. And then, yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll be back later. Love you guys. You're awesome. I had fun hanging out. And yeah, everyone have a fantastic day. Mwah. See you in the night. Yeah, Jazz is so great. She's amazing. Yeah, just go send her love. She's great. And you're great too. Bye-bye.